And welcome to the Beer Guys radio show. Brian, it is the most wonderful time of the year.
The most wonderful time for beer.
It is. We look forward to the holiday season. Annual show. What's this, the 30th or 40th time we've done this?
At least. I mean, I've been doing it since I was 5.
Yes,
yeah.
Exactly. You know, we've had requests to do more like style tastings, like doing the blind tastings we talk about beer. So we'll have to look at expanding this a little bit because right now, the only two that are really set are our Oktoberfest show.
Yep.
And then our Christmas beer show.
We need to look into one somewhere cutting the year in half.
Yeah.
And whatever that is.
The spring beer.
Spring beer show.
Box. Yeah. I think that's actually like a antelope, isn't it? Yeah.
It's the spring box show.
The spring box.
Yeah. Where we drink nothing but box. That's fine. We could do that. We could do a dark lager show that featured box fairly heavily. So.
We could, man. So we have some awesome guests in the studio with us. If you've been listening to the show for a long time, you'll know these guys. Rainy Day Brewery out of Marietta, Georgia. Was it 2019 Homebrewers of the Year?
Yeah. Yes.
2019. Because we didn't do the best of last year or this year.
Yeah.
Due to COVID and business and just, I didn't want to.
Yeah. So, yeah. It's a lot of work and a lot of complaining to contend with after you've done this work. So,
guys, thanks for joining us again.
We're glad to be here.
Yeah,
thank you for having us.
You bet. Michael Syrup, Ron Mitchell, Rainy Day Brewery, great home brewers. We've brewed with you once.
Yeah.
Once.
Yeah.
I thought it was more than that, but one time.
Yeah.
One time got over there and had a good time. But we're going to taste through some beers. For those watching us on Facebook and YouTube, share your beers with us. Let us know what you're drinking tonight.
Yeah.
Chime in, chat with us, ask us questions. I think Brian should wear a Santa cap for the whole show.
Oh, yeah. What happened to that?
I think that should be worn, but it is warm in the studio.
It is.
To be doing a Christmas beer show.
I forgot about the headphones. It makes it a little difficult.
Little tough there. Don't quite fit over that.
And what I didn't notice when I grabbed it is it's slightly discolored from cigar smoke. A lot of years of cigar smoke.
A little yellowy there,
huh? A little yellowy.
But has it just been kind of sitting in the office together?
Pretty much. It's just absorbing nicotine, So I actually getting a little bit of a buzz wearing it. It's fantastic.
Santa hat. Santa's actual Santa's hat is that same way too. He infuses it.
Yeah, he was
herbs.
Traditionally, he was, I believe, a pipe smoker. So there's a fair amount of aromatic tobacco.
People didn't realize they took it totally wrong when he said he flew around the world.
That's right. He was flying. Yeah. He was giving presents to everybody in his dreams.
That's it, man. At least he was a happy, drunk, high, whatever,
something like
cross-faded Santa.
A happy reprobate, yes.
Yes. Good stuff. All right. I think we need to drink some beers. And we'll say this on the air as well, but I want to thank Nathan Donner for joining us. He's stewarding for us tonight, guys. And you guys have stewarded, so you know it's an honorable and appreciated job to do. So, Nathan, thank you so much, sir. We appreciate you. Off mic. No mic, Nate, number 2.
We got them in stereo. When you don't hear a mic in either of your ears, that's both of them in stereo.
That's it. Yeah. Right. Yeah. When you simultaneously hear nothing.
In both ears, yes.
Both of the Nates are not talking.
That's correct. Or they might be, just not hearing it.
You just can't hear it. They're like noise canceling. Noise canceling Nates.
Nate canceling mics is what we got. Yes.
Good.
Oh man, this is great.
I really enjoy not hearing you every week, Nate. No, I do. I look forward to not hearing you every single week for here. Yeah, man. You know what? Nate takes care of us though. He runs our stream, keeps the board going. Without Nate, we couldn't do this. We can run our mouths. We know how to do that. We've got that part figured out. So. We did.
Yeah.
We did. Yeah. And it wasn't easy to multitask like that.
Yeah. That's right. It's not easy filling the shoes of one mic. Exactly. The talking part was super easy.
Yeah. Totally easy to do. Guys, are you ready to do some radio and drink some beer?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, I tell you what. Before we actually start doing the show, we're going to have a couple. So, Nathan, may we get our first 2 beers, sir?
So.
Okay.
Oh,
Show us what we got here. Stephen Pete, thank you for joining us, man. Cheers to you. Cheers for you. Thanks to the Nates, man. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's right.
You got to have them there, man. An integral part of the team.
Yeah, it's very crucial. Very, very crucial.
That's right. You mentioned that. So. Good deal. Congrats to Modern Hops and Kettle Run.
Yeah, that's going to be great. It's going to be great.
Good beers going all around.
So how many are we doing? in the intermission between the segments. Like we've got 11
So if
to
we've
go
got
through.
11 and we've
Yeah.
got 4 segments, that works out to 3.
About 3. So okay, we'll
Yeah.
do 2 here and 4 on the next one, and maybe it'll work out.
Or just 3 each time. I mean, I was just saying.
Okay.
Yeah. You're stressing Brian out, Nathan, or I am, I guess. Could we make it 3 beers, sir?
I'm trying to
Can you
figure
work a
out the
third one
math
in there?
here.
Brian doesn't. 2 isn't enough for Brian.
That's right.
2 is never enough.
Two
You did
is
not
not-
tell me there was going to be math.
That's right. What is
Well,
this,
you do
man?
you have paper and pen in front of you.
What is this? You don't know the discussion that happened on whether or not we had 11 or 12 beers before the show. Brian was disappointed we did not have the 12 beers at Christmas.
I know it's.
I think we have hit that in years past, haven't
We
we? had the
have.
12
We've
beers
had.
at Christmas.
We've had the baker's dozen at Christmas too.
Yeah.
as well.
Okay. Yeah.
Are these the same beers?
So this is beer number 1.
All
And
right.
guys, for those of you listening now, you'll hear this repeated when we go on the air, but we don't know what these are. We're tasting blind, and our rules are simply to what do we enjoy?
Yeah.
Make some notes, and so this is beer number 1.
So I welcome people's critiques though if they have thoughts on.
Yeah. This smells like beer to me.
Mm.
Yes.
I'm noticing a great deal of beer qualities to it. Okay. All right.
What are you guys thinking? Any first thoughts, Michael? Any first thoughts there?
It's a nice beer. This is a darker beer that you can drink more than one of. To me, it's
Right.
not heavy. It's lighter bodied. It's a little sweet, but I did get a little bit of a hot bite at the very end.
I did.
There
well.
is a touch of hops. in this,
Yep.
yeah.
I get a nice little roast. There's just a
Yep.
tint of roast to it. Nice and easy to drink.
I get a caramel toffee.
Yeah.
I get the hoppiness there that you mentioned. There's a little hot bite to it. Roasty toastiness in this one. It definitely says holidays to me.
Yeah. It lingers really nicely. That
Yeah.
that toffiness like sits. The toffee roast just kind of languishes. Is that the right word? The tongue just like lays there for a while. That's nice.
It's light. I mean, you're getting some pronounced flavors without it being heavy.
You could drink this one for Christmas meal.
You could, man. You could, absolutely. Might go with a nice slice of pie too, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Pumpkin would be nice. Pumpkin would be nice. I think this could go with a pumpkin, a sweet potato, of course,
Sweet potato.
a whole pumpkin. If you just want to eat the whole pumpkin, do
Skin
that.
it all. Just
Yeah.
bite right into
Yeah.
it.
Also, like a chocolate silk pie, chocolate pie. I think you'd go well with that.
That Toll House pie that we were talking about at
Yeah,
some
I
point.
want to try that. I mean, I like the.
I want
I've
to have
never
it
had
again.
one.
Yeah. You guys ever had a Toll House pie? Ever heard of that?
Yeah.
Somebody introduced our family to that when I was very young, and I was spoiled by it. It was a normal thing, and then when we moved off and went other places, realized it wasn't a very normal thing for most people. I'm like, oh, that's too
Yeah.
good pie. It's is it just basically a giant cookie in a way? Like
I
it's
think the
similar.
consistency of it is a little different. Like they softened it up a little bit
Yeah.
to be a pie. But
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah,
But
little-
yes.
Somewhere between cookie and brownie. I think
Yeah,
would be the
that's
right
what I
way to put
thought.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, it's fantastic, and it's a great pie to have with a cup of coffee or a beer.
A little bit of pie.
Yeah.
A little bit of wood.
Just a bit of pud. Take a little pud.
Yeah. Are you guys familiar with the comedy troupe Auntie Donna?
No.
Okay.
Is that
No.
the name of the group?
Auntie Donna.
Okay.
Yeah. Australian guys. A few Australian guys, and they do crazy comedy, irreverent.
Yes.
Brian?
Quite irreverent.
And they did a season on Netflix, but they had they've got a YouTube stuff, a lot of YouTube stuff out there, and they did one where they all get just totally stuffed at Christmas. And at the end, the guy's like, I'm stuffed. I couldn't eat another bite. He's like,
Not even one thin mint.
But he's like, but I didn't tell you, I got a little bit of pud in there. You got a little Christmas pud. He's like, maybe just a little bit of pud. Maybe just a little.
And it's about 5 minutes and a little bit of pud. Oh, I think might be a little bit of pud.
And we've done just an excellent job representing what the sketch is all about.
manic looking as they were in that video. So
Yeah,
We're
I didn't.
trying,
Wanna, I
but-
didn't. I figured we'd look weird
oh,
if we tried to.
they looked weird.
Yeah, but
So,
that was kind of the thing they were going for there. So
I think I know what number 2 is.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I do. I think
I had a guess on number 1, and then I thought through the beer list we had. And I'm not. You know what? I'm gonna write my guess down.
Well, that's no fair. We didn't get to see the beer list.
We'll tell you soon. We'll
Okay.
tell you soon. I was gonna say, and for those watching the stream, we will, as we get into the first segment of the show, we will talk about all the beers that are part of the sample.
So if Ron, if you were to peek over here in this general region of this paper plus that one, you'd have an idea of what the list is. I mean, if you were to say, not saying you should, but I thought I had a guess in the first one. I think I still have a guess in the first one. I'm not 100% sure. Indeed. But I'm seeing a theme here in this particular segment of Christmas beers.
Yeah.
They're
That's
weird.
we put Nathan to work, and we told him to try and group similar beers together to make this more difficult for us. Do we? I've never poured before, so I don't know. That's what every Nate that's in this position does it that way, right?
That's right.
Okay.
All the Nates.
What do you call a group of mates?
The council of
That's
Nates.
that's what we were calling them before. When we had yet 1 or 2 more. Oh no, we had a total of 3. That's right.
Yeah.
We had Digidoo
I want to
Nate.
I want to have Nathan Sheever.
Mhm.
We'll have Nathan Donner back. No, Mike Nate's going to be here, and we'll have Digidude Nate. But I don't want to tell any of the others that the other one's going to be here. And so, well, no, I'll be like, hey man, we're
You
going
gotta
to do
swear
a
him to
surprise.
secrecy. Don't tell your
Right?
roommate.
He'll know, but we'll tell him we're doing some kind of surprise for you. And so he'll know about you, but that'll be the only one that knows. And then we come up and it's like, thanks for joining Beer Guides Radio. Today our guests are Nathan,
The Nate.
Nathan, and Nathan. We can do that. Yeah, he's set up for that, man. We can make that work. Sure enough. That's goofy. I like it. Any thoughts on numero dos here?
I think this has a nice, like a rich maltiness, like a sweetness, but also it's also has a little bit of hop bite to it. There we go. The glassware's getting a little larger.
Getting up there, have to do what we got to do.
When I first smelled the number 2,
When you first smelled number 2, yes. Go on.
Go on. Yes.
I
tell
thought
us
it
more.
was going to be boozy. The nose was kind of boozy, but when I tasted it, I don't taste the booziness, but the nose made me think it was going to be boozy.
I get a little more hoppiness to this one. The roast, I think the hop covers up a little bit of roast. It get
Okay.
a slight chocolate, which is nice. But I do kind of get a little buttery finish.
I tell you what, I'm off from all of you guys on this, and to avoid repeating ourselves too much, I'm going to save the radio segment.
Oh yes, yes. Oh, we got yet a third one here.
Oh.
It's getting to be hard work here, keeping it all.
Yeah.
It's fun once you get into the 4th segment. You're like, what was I drinking on that first one again? What were my thoughts? Which is, I guess, is why we have notepads. Ooh, this was okay. One of these is not like the other. One of these is not the same.
Jumped up a little bit. I'm guessing a different country of origin on this one.
Yeah. Okay.
Very creamy, foamy head on this one.
I was just writing that down.
Yeah, yeah.
You are correct.
Standing up
yes.
too.
The nose is definitely very boozy, and there is some of the booze in the
This is boozy, yeah.
yeah in the taste. But I think the pepper finish kind of
Yeah.
covers that up.
All right. We don't want to be too boring here for the live stream, so we'll keep this
Yeah.
moving and get
Mm.
Real quick. Friend of the show.
All right. Let's see. Holiday, sir. Thanks for joining us. Devin. Thanks going. What was that? We were having, I'm hearing static.
I solved it.
Was it the microphone setting? Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
That is a problem we sometimes run into, but we at least know what it is and are able to quickly fix it. Ooh, look at that. He's celebrating too.
Oh,
Steve Pete there with
yeah.
Cheers.
Happy birthday. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Good times.
Cheers. I've had a few of those.
Birthdays or stouts?
Yeah.
Both.
Yes. Yes.
I think I've had more stouts than birthdays, but it's close.
Yeah.
I think it. Yeah, I can quantify that. Looking at my Untapped, I've definitely had more stouts than birthdays for sure. Yeah, by a fair amount.
Yeah.
Not that I'm a young guy, but ooh, this is a tough one to decide which one I care for the most of these.
Is that an indication of your preference or just not one to overdrink? Or yes?
I'm just not trying to
fair
overdrink.
enough.
No,
Well, if we're going for preferences, or is that later?
We'll get into that later.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm just limiting. I do have to drive home.
good call.
Yeah,
Good call.
that's smart. That's smart.
Yeah, this one's easy to. You got to be well behaved. Okay, there we go.
Look at all the head on that dump bucket.
All right, here we go. Let's get this,
Oh yeah, let's get the show
Here.
on the road here.
and we'll move it right along. No, Mike, Nate. I think we're ready to fire up the show, y'all. If you have, let's see.
Can we all say and unpopular together?
Can chime
We
in. with it.
probably
Heck
could.
yeah.
Yeah. Let's see where do I?
Good. You know what, Devin? We appreciate that, man. It warms our heart. It definitely does. We
Yeah.
appreciate that. We think everybody should feel that way. So it's a great way to celebrate a birthday.
Yeah, I mean, you got to listen to the show. Like,
Sure
try
enough,
to celebrate your birthday when we're recording live.
That's
Schedule it for
yeah.
that.
Get it on there, man. Sure enough. All right, y'all. We're gonna go into some radio. Feel free to leave any more comments. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Open up a tab, grab a seat, and pour a pint. It's time for the Beer Guys Radio Show,
You want free beer? Go to the brewery.
dedicated to the art, science, and enjoyment of craft beer.
Yo, what's wrong with the beer we got?
Now, here are your hosts, Tim Dennis and Brian Hewitt.
And welcome to the Beer Guys Radio Show. We're broadcasting from the Beer Guys Radio Studios in Marietta, Georgia. And this week we're talking Christmas beers. I'm Tim Dennis, and with me, as always, is my good friend and co-Hewitt,
Co-Hewitt?
Brian something.
I'm the co-Hewitt.
The
Correct.
co-Hewitt. I was gonna try and throw something in there about your Santa hat, and I just train wrecked it.
Yeah,
So
I do have a
my
Santa hat.
co-host Brian Santa Hewitt.
that's right.
How are you, Santa?
Hey Tim, that's you're on my naughty list now. Just for
Already?
butchering my name.
Gosh,
oh,
man.
actually, you were already there.
Fair.
So joining us in this exploration of spices and festive liquid warmth, we have Michael Syrup and Ron Mitchell with Rainy Day Brewery. Guys, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having
appreciate
us.
it. Absolutely. And we want to throw out a special thank you to Nathan Donner this week for joining us. He's another no mic Nate, but he'll be
Yeah.
off camera pouring beers for us, which is an important part of this. So 2 Nates, no mics, very to the progress of the show.
One mic.
2 Nates, 1 mic. You
That's
can't- Don't Google that.
Yeah.
Don't Google that.
We have all the finest Nates money can buy, or money can't buy. I don't know if you can buy Nates.
You
Is that
can't-
legal? I don't think
You can't
you
buy
can.
me.
Never
Nates.
mind. No.
Yeah, you can't.
Sorry, guys. We tried.
Yeah, yeah. Michael and Ron, thanks for joining us. You know, we saw your post, Michael, on social before we started this, and we totally didn't think about it, but we unintentionally are doing an interfaith Christmas
That's right.
show
That's correct.
because both Ron and Michael are Jewish.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
And we are celebrating Hanukkah.
Hanukkah. Happy
Yeah,
Hanukkah,
happy Hanukkah.
guys.
That's-
Happy
thank
Hanukkah.
you.
As we speak, it is currently
It is Hanukkah
yes.
right now. So we thank you for taking the time to come join us during during your festive season.
No
there.
problem. And hopefully next year somebody will actually brew a Hanukkah beer.
That's someone
Yeah.
needs to, because who is it?
Schmaltz used to
Schmaltz
do
did
Hanukkah
did,
beer,
did
didn't
something.
they? Yeah.
Is Schmaltz gone now, or did they just
Yeah.
downsize?
So they rebrand, and I forget the name of it. It's like Alpha something or other brewing or something. They had a whole going away thing that was all throughout the year.
Yes. Yeah.
With limited edition beers. But yes, I
Okay.
believe the brand has been retired. They're
All
still
right.
brewing beer, just under a different name.
Okay,
Yeah.
it happens. Guys, are there any? Is drinking a part of Hanukkah?
More wine, I would think. than
That's
beer,
okay. All right.
But
When is not a good time to have a drink?
Fair
right?
enough,
I mean,
man.
what
I
holiday?
can't argue
There's
with
no
that.
holiday that it doesn't fit.
That's what I've heard. It's either feast or fast with a lot of celebrations. Is that right?
that's true.
Yeah, pretty
And
much.
Hanukkah, is it feast?
Feast.
Mostly feasts.
Okay,
Well,
keys and what would you? You know what? Everything I know about Hanukkah I learned from the show Friends.
Oh,
So that's about my knowledge. I joke, but I really don't know a lot about it. Do you different things on different nights of Hanukkah? 8 nights, correct?
Right.
Correct.
Are there different things each night for Hanukkah?
It's generally the same night to night. Same, you do the prayers over the candles or whatever.
Okay.
And traditionally you gave a gift every night of Hanukkah, but most parents don't want to hear their kids whining for 7 days. so they
Every
do-
day.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. So do you do one day of gifts now, or
That's how my folks did it growing up.
okay?
We
All right.
did 8. We had 8 separate gifts, and my mother still
Mhm.
continues to do 8 separate gifts for the grandchildren and everybody else.
Okay, that's cool. I think that's pretty awesome, man.
It's usually a bag of cash, so
bag of
nice.
I
Now
like
it's
this
even
a
cooler,
lot.
man. I'm totally in.
8 days of cash. I'm in.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I'm
Yeah.
in. Where do I sign up?
Yeah,
Is she adopting?
Yeah,
right.
That's right.
She
Is there a
looking for
wait
any
list? Because I want to
middle-aged
get on it
children?
now. Yeah.
Drinking and bags of cash. Count me in.
I'm on
Yeah,
board. I'm on
good
board.
stuff.
Tim.
Well, guys, once again, happy Hanukkah. Thanks for joining us. We do appreciate you coming out here and drinking some beers with us.
It's always great to be with you guys.
Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it.
Well, Tim, let's talk about the beers of the week.
Brian, this is a big one. This is a big list.
Yes.
We've got a lot of great beers to drink. So just to tell everyone kind of the format we've got here, if you listen to our blind tasting shows before, we'll drink the beers, we'll talk about them, we won't know what they are, and then at the end of the show, we get revealed what they were, and we find our favorites. We're not going by style guidelines. We're not doing anything. This is whether or not we enjoy the beer. That's it.
Pretty
man.
much, yeah.
That's it. Do we enjoy this beer? Because I think the average person listening to our show probably isn't studying guidelines. They want to know whether or not they're going to like to drink this beer. That's it. So
True.
that's what we go for. We have a mix of styles here. We try in the tasting rounds to group similar styles close together just to make it a little tougher on us,
Sure.
though we don't pick one out of there.
Well, and it's better to compare like very similar styles against each other. So we're going to try to rank them. So if
Right.
you have them in close proximity, it's easier to compare them.
It
you know?
is.
Yeah.
And tougher too.
Well, tougher to, yes.
Yeah.
Especially if you're trying to guess which is which
Yep.
we've already been trying to do a little bit with the first round we've done.
And you
So,
guys know from judging beer competitions, we did with our homebrew club, we did an Oktoberfest competition. And your 4th or 5th Oktoberfest, and you're like, oh man, this one was good, but so's this one. And especially
Yeah.
if you got a bunch of good brewers there, it's tough. It's not easy to pick the best one out like that.
correct.
But anyhow, we also want to thank our friends at the Nest for sponsoring the Beers of the Week segment. Craft beer, barbecue, Kennesaw, Georgia. Brian, they said, they're catering. They've got you covered if you want some Christmas ribs, the traditional Christmas ribs. They got you.
I want the traditional Christmas smoked wings. That's what I
Smoked
want.
wings. What
Yes.
about a whole smoked gator for Christmas?
Well, yeah. If it's got a Santa hat
I
on it when it
wonder if they
arrives,
could
I'm
work
on
that out
board.
for
Yeah.
us. I
Oh,
wonder
yeah.
if they
Can
could.
they smoke the hat too? Because I'll eat it if
The
it's
smoked
if
hat.
it's smoked.
You
yeah.
smoked your hat. They might as well smoke
I
theirs,
did.
right?
I did. Yes.
Yeah.
It's nicely cigar smoked.
There you
Yes.
go, man. But on to the beers. So, Anchor Christmas 2021, one that we enjoy and get into a lot. Really looking forward to that one. Also, we have Brasserie de Chouf. Nice Chouf. I will say a lot of these wrong.
Yeah.
Please stick with me, but you'll probably know what I'm talking about. We have Delirium Noel from Deschutes, a new one this year, Brian,
Yes.
because Deschutes is new in our area.
Correct.
And we did try to get a mix of nationwide or at least wide.
Wide
Distribution
availability.
on these.
Yeah.
So we got Deschutes Jubilel. We have Highland Brewing Company Cold Mountain, which is a favorite of mine.
Yes.
I'm going to see if I can pick this one out of the lineup because I know that beer pretty well. St. Bernardus Christmas. We have Samuel Adams Winter Lager, Samuel Smith's Winter Welcome Ale. And to represent some hops here, Brian, we have Sierra Nevada Celebration and Southern Tier 2 Xmas. And then taking up the end of the list here, one distribution on them because they now have a Colorado brewery.
Yeah.
But Sweetwater's Festive Ale. So
Indeed.
there you go, guys. Those are the contenders.
All right.
Did you memorize all that so you know what's coming at you there?
It's all done.
All there, man. All there. So that's what we're going to taste through. Have a good time with it. And just drink some beers, man.
Yeah. Sounds
Brian,
great.
do you have any news for us this week?
I do. I have a little bit of news. Depending on how much time we have, we got some Christmas news.
Tell us about it.
So if you're not sure what to get for that special alcoholic someone in your life, good news. Miller High Life is selling a gingerbread dive bar kit. It's kind of like your traditional gingerbread house, only it's a little bit less North Pole and a lot more Milwaukee. So the kit includes essentials like a Miller High Life sign made of sugar, beer-infused walls, a tiny jukebox, an edible pool table, and sticky floors that are covered with maple syrup. The kit goes on sale December 6th and will only cost you $50 and probably most of your self-esteem. So that's out there for you guys. Keep an eye out for that.
I want one.
I'm only kidding about the self-esteem. I totally want one. I absolutely want one.
$50 is ridiculous for that.
Yeah.
I want one.
Those like little gumdrop decorations,
Yes,
like
count
the
me in.
hanging lamps. I kind of they need to blow a little cigarette smoke on it because all good dive bars have a little
tinge there.
little hint of old tobacco in them.
That's a little yellowing to it there.
Exactly.
You'd be good to go.
Exactly. Well, you know what? I've got some pretty bad news this week, and I don't know if we've got enough time to cover all this, but thanks to changes in one of the world's largest suppliers of aluminum cans, the price of craft beer is likely to go up considerably, or at least packaging is going to change. In short, Ball Corporation is increasing the minimum can order for non-contract customers to 5 truckloads per SKU, or roughly 1 million cans, which is about 5 times the number of the previous minimum order. Additionally, Ball Corp will no longer warehouse inventory on behalf of customers, so you have to take all million cans,
Get your million cans
on
and go.
yourself. Yeah.
Yep.
So smaller non-contract customers are being directed to get their cans from contracted distributors, which, as anyone who has dealt with a distributor before knows, that means considerably increasing your costs via fees from the distributor and additional transportation costs. So in addition to financial pressure that this puts on breweries, there's also an environmental consideration. Breweries will be forced to use more plastic shrimp wrap cans to deal with the cost of the cans. And there's going to be additional transportation. So you're trucking cans all over the country instead of directly to the places getting used. So what makes this especially rough is a very short warning for breweries. They were notified just 6 weeks prior to when these changes will go into effect, which is January 1st. So I'm thinking we might see a sudden return to glass bottles in the future.
Happy New Year,
That's
small
right.
craft brewers. Should be good. No, it's a serious issue, Brian. The Brewers Association is all over this. They're trying to work some things out, and hopefully they can.
I hope they do. I really do.
Well, you are listening to the Beer Guys Radio Show. We do need to take a break, but we'll be back very soon to talk more Christmas beers. We're ready, man. Bring them on.
Let's go. Let's go.
More beers.
Oh, yeah. Pass it down. Oh, I need to hold on. Let me finish. Let me dump this one real quick.
No, Steven. No, not named local beers. This is our full Christmas beer list. Unfortunately, we don't have enough time and room to fit everything in here we want to. So we had this list set about a week ago, I guess. With the beers
we were buying the
out,
beers
so.
Actually more than a week ago.
Yeah. So that is one of the things with the time frame that we have here. We just can't drink that many beers.
Yeah, we would have had to been doing homework, and as much fun as drinking homework is, that we got other things we have to do during the week.
I did think okay. You know what? Nate mentioned we've got. Both of these sound really good.
Oh yeah, we do.
These may be extracurriculars.
They are
here that we may have to get to. From we have here from Kettle Rock, we have a gingerbread bear tracks and a peppermint bark off the grid. So I would definitely be interested to try both of those. Stephen, we couldn't fit them into the tasting, but we do appreciate it. We look
so
forward to checking
there are
those
the
out.
not named local beers.
That was it. Yes. Just give it to us straight, Stephen. Just tell us.
We may have some Six Bridges in there. There was a, I think it's like a Christmas cake sour that, Christmas jam sour ale from Six Bridges. But anyway, let's get back to tasting the beers at hand.
Tasting beers. Numero Quattro. Did you brew a Christmas beer? Did Rainy Day do something Christmassy other than the Christmas Kolsch?
Sort of.
I guess so. We have a stout that we brewed almost a year ago.
Oh,
that
gotcha.
We put in a bourbon barrel that was had a lot of bourbon left in it, so it's hefty.
Is that the one you're blending down soon?
So we brewed another stout to blend off with that, and it's sitting on.
So that was a lot of bourbon then.
It was a lot of bourbon.
We've been introduced to a spice called Maleb, M-A-H.
I've heard of it. Okay, yeah.
It's the ground pit of a St. Lucie cherry.
Okay.
And it has an almondy flavor. So
all right.
The second batch has that and cocoa nibs, and then we're gonna blend.
Oh, I'm very on board. I love the flavor of almonds and stuff.
Yeah. Blend that with the bourbon.
You started talking about blending, grinding the pits down. Isn't that where they also get? Was it arsenic or something like? Something else comes from
there's a small amount in these. And
I think most pits and seeds have a little bit, right?
Yeah. Is it arsenic or is it the other one?
It's arsenic.
Yeah.
I know apples. They say like the seed don't eat the apple seeds because it's arsenic.
Yeah. They said there's like 1 part per trillion. So we're
okay.
Okay. What's the one that robs you of oxygen? Because I was thinking it was one of those two. You know what I'm talking about? The chemical that it makes you unable to breathe. It's not arsenic. Cyanide. I thought that was in some seeds.
Okay.
You know what? This just became a chemistry class. This is not Breaking Bad. I'm sorry, guys.
I'm sorry. Ask Walt.
Yeah.
Didn't he make some in one episode?
Probably.
You know, I didn't actually watch the entire show the whole way through. I saw bits and pieces of it here and there, which is bad. But
you know, I have a confession to make. I know I like beer. I know good beer. I'm not good at picking out all the idiosyncrasies. I don't think I'd be a good beer judge necessarily. You know, I get certain flavors in there, but you know, I'll have someone say I get this and this, and I'm very open to suggestion. Like when someone's like, I get so and so, I'm like, oh yeah, now I see.
I'm the exact same way. I can't describe my palate.
Right.
I could taste it, but I couldn't tell you what I'm tasting.
And so every now and then there's something that does jump out that I get. Oh, I get dark fruits. You know, I get the caramel, I get the toast, I get, you know, what have you. But
I hear you guys describing it. I'm like, oh, that's the word. That's the word right there.
Yeah. The power of suggestion.
Well, and sometimes it's like I was tasting something. This is familiar. I don't know what the word is for it. Yeah. So I am jealous of the folks that comes to their mind immediately because it's always been work for me.
So
Always.
I don't personally know DDB, Mr. Don't Drink Beer, but Alex Kidd. But those that do know him says even, you know, he's got a very interesting style in delivering his reviews. But people have said his palate's spot on. That, you know, for his reviews being crazy, that he can pick those flavors out there. Must be that super taster that they talk about, Brian.
I think people are just more wired up, you know, to various parts of your sensors are connected together in different ways. Like for whatever reason, my talking parts and my tasting parts aren't wired up, and they should be.
Right.
Yeah. So.
And I've heard you can be trained. You know, you can be trained to look for those. You know, to look for those different flavors.
No question. I noticed stuff that I didn't notice.
Right.
And a lot of it is being in a homebrew club and talking to people who have more experience. Yeah. When they talk about it, that's when you go, oh, that's the word.
That's the one I couldn't remember there. That's it. So, all right. See, I have nothing worthy of note on number 4 to say.
Yeah, 4 was
tasteless.
Just 4 was there.
It was just right. It was not really a whole lot going on.
A nice light malt, just a nice like veneer of sweetness on it or something like that. And it was like I didn't get much more than that.
No, I thought if that was a Christmas beer, it was like Santa Sweat.
It's Christmas light. Christmas light.
Somebody's been eating cookies,
but not unenjoyable.
No,
like if you wanted something light, it just didn't really step out there with anything.
No, it's
well, then it wasn't just me.
No,
So,
it
okay.
wasn't. It wasn't.
Oh, touch of corn. I get a little corn in the.
Are you talking about the beer still?
Yeah,
Are you in 4 or 5 now?
that was 4. That was
Okay.
4.
Just a little grainy there, huh? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. I could, and now that you say it, of course,
Right.
the
that
corn,
we talked
just
about.
that hit of
Yeah.
sweetness that you were talking about.
Yeah, that's
I can't describe 5.
So there was a flavor that punched me right out of the gate there. Like I said, every now and then one will hit me, and I'm like, big apple. Like on the first sip, apple just.
I wrote that
punch in
down.
the face. Trying to think what this might be. I don't know.
It's definitely Belgian inspired. There's some bubble gum in there. There's
Bubblegum,
Yeah.
sweet tarts.
yeah.
Wow, this is going to be the weirdest tasting notes ever. I just say I don't have a great palate tasting this. Then I'm like, this has got bubblegum and sweet tarts and apples in it. He's like, he doesn't know what he's talking about.
But it finishes real clean. Like it just.
Yeah. Hop is not overpowering.
No.
It's not very noticeable.
But I would definitely have a couple of these.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. This is
It's
one
weird, man. I don't know. I can't decide. I don't dislike it, but it's crazy.
It's one beer. I
Okay.
wouldn't go past
yeah.
one.
All right.
See? And I think this one's just right in my sweet spot.
Right in that wheelhouse.
Mhm.
You could drink a smeckle or two of these.
A smeckle.
smeckle.
A whole schmuck.
A whole
schmuck
of
just surrounded by schmucks of these. He'd be in heaven.
Yeah.
Does that bring to anyway? Never mind. I'm just not going to continue on that.
Yeah.
That being the taste training. Oh, PC Mashers Homebrew Club.
Jay Brantley.
Jay, good old Jay Brantley.
Jay, I think, was our 2018 or 2017.
Jay's
winner.
a fantastic brewer.
He is.
He is. I've had some of
He's a
his
good
beer.
guy.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
He's an all-around good guy.
Yeah.
He gave me I'm trying to think of where it was. I think he wound up giving me a ride back from a brewery at some point. Yeah.
We
great
ran
guy.
into him a few times.
Having
out
trouble
about.
keeping track of who gave you rides home from breweries.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't consider that a problem. I consider that a bit of a blessing, a little bit of something. I don't know,
Your
success
does not drive after drinking.
Exactly. Yeah. You know what? I think that was a situation where I had Ubered somewhere and I'd gotten a ride from him back to another location. Not 100% sure on that. It's been a while. I had been drinking, so I wasn't driving.
And man, weirdest damn tasting notes ever.
It's wonderful.
You down to clown with this one? Okay.
you
All right.
and me,
You guys are on board. Okay.
Like,
Okay.
To me, so apple definitely, because I got cider. This is crisp. It's
Yep.
light, it's
Yeah,
effervescent.
I get that crispness. That's a good word for this one.
Yeah, this one I don't have a good guess as to what this one might be. A lot of these I'm like I'm framing in terms of all right, I think this
I will say this: this is our 5th beer. I don't have a single one yet that I'd put as my number 1. Like if these were the only 5 that how sometimes in competition they go straight to silver. I think that kind of degrades silver a little bit. Like if there's no gold at all and you get a silver medal, they're saying your beer was good, but it
not
wasn't
real
good
good.
enough.
it didn't
Like
grab
if-
you right off.
If there's someone that has a gold, you could tell yourself, well, that guy just made a really good beer. But if they totally skip gold, that's worse than having someone beat you
Yes.
and get gold.
Yeah.
So I've seen that. I've seen them before where the only thing they gave were honorable mentions in a category.
Well, unfortunately, we've won a gold with a 25 before.
Ooh, man.
A goal was
I'm not going to say congratulations.
That must
because I don't
not
know
have been-
that's a win.
No, that's
Yeah.
not. And that means the rest of the beers were really
Right.
good.
Yes.
We've also gotten skunked with a 40.
I've got a 42 before and got nothing.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, you see a score sheet 42, you're like,
How did
What do
this
you
is
mean?
wor-
How
this
does-
is
what do you
world
mean?
class? What are you talking about? It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
44 is ahead of you.
I'll tell you the one that Ron brought you.
the Colchy Colch?
Yeah, Mike Castagno from Twain.
Yeah, from Twain's, right. Uh-huh.
He judged this one.
Okay.
He told me he gave it a 43.
All right. See?
We thought we did real well.
How about a Kolsch break, guys? What do you think
Palate cleanser.
Sir Nathan, could we get 4 or 5 empty glasses? You know what? Just give us those plastic cups that are there. Are there enough?
There's like 2 of them.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
Or we could rinse out one of the ones we have here.
That works.
You know, I'll do that just so we don't
That's
have to.
Terrible. It's like, well, we're giving clean glasses to the ones we're tasting, but your beer,
Oh,
dirty
wait.
glass.
Are these the same beer? Is this me and Michael? Michael, there's beer number 6.
Okay. I'm going to clean out a glass here.
This is so much work.
This is an intriguing one.
You still want a cold break?
All right. Yeah, man, let's do it.
Oh,
You only live once.
Intermission for Kolsch.
Let's see. What did he say this?
What?
Oh, GABF. He said there was a silver with no gold there. Yeah, I could see that, man. That's
I think if you
something
don't hit a certain number, you shouldn't. I mean, that makes sense. I respect a competition that gives out the silver and says, "Hey, you know what? There were no golds
I
here."
do, but it does kind of, for the person winning the silver with no gold, it is a little bit of a gut punch, I think.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I mean, okay, you were still good enough to win silver, but they're still telling you're like, yeah, your beer was good. Didn't want that good.
That's exactly right.
Right.
It's like, well, no, it was in
Yeah.
the silver range. And you know what? If they publish that up front, like, hey, if you don't at least nail this number in the ratings, you're never going to make it gold. You might make silver. There may be nobody ahead of you, but
I feel like, do you guys know if there is any rule like that? I feel like our buddy Stan may have said one time, or somebody may have told me that there's kind of maybe it's a guideline more than a rule.
I don't know of any rule, but I would say at a big competition like that,
Right.
if you can't put in 40s,
Your 25 ain't getting
Right.
that, ain't getting that gold, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay, Ron.
Definitely more bubble gum in this one.
Very gummy.
But
Yeah.
there's another spice in there that I'm not. It's not cinnamon. There's something in there. Ron, you're better.
Cardamom.
See, you're better with spices than me.
Do you know cardamom, Brian? Uma uses that in cooking.
she
a good
does.
bit,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Dude, this is.
I was
this
gonna
is
say
like-
I don't know
this
if I'd
like,
pick it out, but
double bubble level bubble gum in this one.
you know what? Yeah, the more you're talking about it, like the power of suggestion, I get a combination of apple and bubble gum in here.
I'm not getting the apple, but
I get
I get a pretty good amount of like
Yeah, see?
sweet apple. Like I'm not talking like acetaldehyde, and not to get all
Mhm.
weird and technical, but like a nice fruity kind of appley quality to it. But I'm getting a lot more of the bubble gum. I think I'm a little bubble gum blind because when you guys have been
All
talking
right.
about how strong it is, I'm like, I get a little bit.
this one is
so-
pretty dominant,
Okay.
in my opinion. This
and
one's
I'm only
pretty
getting
strong.
a little bit, so that means I'm impaired in terms of bubblegum flavor.
But we know from tasting before there are certain things that, like, there are certain flavors you would have picked out stronger, and I didn't notice them until you mentioned it. And the same with other flavors with me. You know,
I think, is it diacetyl that's one of the off flavors that some people can't taste?
Yes.
Is that the butter one or the cooked
Yeah.
corn? Yeah.
butter corn.
we
Yeah,
have a good friend who brews with us sometimes. Is one of Ron's neighbors, and he's diacetyl blind. He cannot taste diacetyl.
just butter it up and he'll chug it down.
If
huh?
there's even a little
See?
bit of that or cooked corn or any kind
Yeah.
of, I'll get that, and I'm pretty sensitive to that. I'm actually fairly sensitive to acetaldehyde, the
Yeah.
green apple. Like
Yeah.
if there's any variant of apple in there, whether if it goes for anywhere from like your normal fruity, just kind of apple flavored, right up to like a tart green apple, which is definitely off, I'm gonna taste it. Like I will cue in on that for some reason. Just kind of a weird thing about my wiring.
I almost get a cherry. I mean, it's not cherry, but it's
I was getting
a
something in there.
pit
Like a
fruit of some.
plummy.
Yeah, well, plum. Yeah.
but not
It's not.
purple
Outright.
enough to be plum. If that makes any damn sense.
Yeah, it's
Yes, not plummy
Is this
enough.
clovey? Maybe
but I get
clove
you.
is what is this clovey a bit?
I put clove and nutmeg. I got
Okay.
bubblegum, clove, and nutmeg.
that's
Okay.
that's what I was saying. I was
Yeah.
definitely getting Christmas spices in this one.
And
I think I had a guess
get
on
a
number
fruit.
5.
I get a fruit.
A fruit.
There is a fruit in here,
It's
Yes.
a dark fruit. It's a dark fruit of
but a
some-
lighter dark fruit.
It's a.
It's an oxymoron fruit.
Medium dark. Yes.
It's not a purple plum. It's the red plum.
the reddish, right? Cherry to plumish. Yeah. So
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna I'm gonna dump bucket this one.
It's the
Yeah, I think I need to
Do we
probably on
wanna-
this one.
Okay.
I am intrigued
All
by
right.
this one, but yeah,
It's
I need to move on with my life,
I'm going
honestly.
completely blank on the.
What's that? Yeah, let's do a quick Kolsch break and then we'll get
plumbing
back
malts.
in.
you want to pour the cold?
Kolsch me, baby.
No, it's over here.
We got here. We got it.
I'm not seeing a big winner yet, and for me, out
I
of
haven't
all
had
these.
one. We're halfway through.
Yeah.
We're a little over halfway, and I
I-
do not have a standout yet.
At this point, we're living on a prayer, Tim.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah. Spotify just told me that Bon Jovi was my number 2 listened to group.
Okay. Okay.
Oh,
you know, I
right.
saw that
I
they
need
had
to,
the
Glasses.
Yeah, let me
they,
let me get a
the
little rinse
Spotify
here.
rap, Spotify Spotlight or something like that. I need
Yeah.
to look and see who
Yeah. Just
who we
came
can do.
up. Of course,
Here.
my number 1 has been the same for 40 consecutive years.
Who's numero uno there?
Bruce Springsteen.
Okay.
Bruce Springsteen.
All right.
Okay.
Always
Good.
Bruce Springsteen number 1.
How many glasses are you sending me?
2, because one is yours, one is mine.
Oh, my glass is right here. So what do you?
I don't know whose
what's
this
your-
is.
What do we got?
I wouldn't
here?
be surprised if mine was either Daft Punk or Duran Duran, which is weird. Yeah, I don't think anybody would expect
Well,
that from me.
you did a
But
lot of Daft this year.
I
Huh?
did do a lot of Daft Punk, and I did get the Duran Duran Decade album. I played the heck out of that this year.
All right.
Mine went Springsteen, Bon Jovi, Bob Marley.
All right, guys.
I do
you
like
know
me some
what?
Bob
Here,
Marley.
I just opened mine. Let's find out together.
Let me get some of that
All
Christmas
right.
Kolsch.
My number 1 song of 2021, "The Gold" by Manchester
Oh,
Orchestra.
I'm not surprised by that.
Tim
Yeah.
Very, if you're listening, you guys took the actually
Is this-
most of my stuff is Manchester Orchestra. So Brian, you'll love this. So the Gold, Bedhead, Kill Timing, The Moth, The Maze, and Fancy, and the Gold, Bedhead, Kill Timing, The Moth, and The Maze are my top songs in that order from Manchester Orchestra.
I think I like all those songs.
The
There's-
next
there's-
one?
I forget which one I like the most. There's one I think heads and shoulders above
The Gold. I know from talking to you that's the Gold.
Yeah, I think this one I like more than the Gold.
Okay,
I think
all
there
right.
is, and it's like it's not one you would expect, but I don't recall what it is because I'm not as quite as intensely a Manchester
Fair enough. Fair
Orchestra
enough.
fan as you are.
And then my next one is Fancy Like.
Oh no!
Yes. Yes.
And
then,
I'd
of
forgotten
course-
about that, and I was so happy with my life.
And my next one is Hybrid Moments by Misfits, followed by Kryptonite by Killer Mike.
Okay.
Oh, there
Then
you
more
go.
Manchester Orchestra. We Built This City by Starship. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
They'll Need a Crane by They Might Be Giants.
Oh wow! Okay, I would have
Yeah.
expected Dr. Worm. There's-
Starship, actually, the 3rd iteration of the same group.
Is
The
it, there was
Jefferson
Jefferson
Airplane,
Airplane,
the
Jefferson
Jefferson
Starship,
Starship,
and then Starship, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So I mean, lots of Manchester Orchestra, Misfits, some Killer Mike. Then we got to throw one weird Walker Hayes country song in there because you do. Hustlin' by Rick Ross,
nice.
Swimming Pools by Kendrick Lamar,
There you go.
Amarillo by Morning, George Strait.
I'm not surprised by that.
Yeah, yeah.
I've heard you sing that numerous times, at least portions of it.
I think some of these may be influenced by what you guys played when I left the studio.
Oh, probably.
I got Ain't That a Kick in the Head by Dean Martin, which I know was not on my list. So
okay. Yeah. I guess we listened to it. I love that song, by the way.
Don't
but-
Let's Start. They Might Be Giants. All in all, Nappy Roots has been on my
Okay.
list the last several
Yeah,
years.
Yeah.
So anyhow, that's it. That is our beer break for Spotify top music list there.
That's right.
Cheers, guys. Happy holidays.
Cheers.
Happy Hanukkah. Merry
Cheers.
Christmas to whatever's holidays. Brian, Ron, we'll send that
Such
by
reaching.
proxy with Brian there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other Nathan, cheers. That'll work, man. Just
Did you get a
just
glass? Do
something there.
you want a glass of the Kolsch?
You want a glass of the Coke? Okay.
You want some Kolsch. Come on. You want to be part of the team.
Bring a glass.
You
over.
got to drink some of the
Give you some of
Kolsch.
this Hanukkah Kolsch.
That's right.
That's it.
It's a
Exactly
Hanukkah
right.
Kolsch. Yeah.
Yes.
Hana Kolsch.
Hanukkah Kolsch.
See?
Oh, why not?
Hanukkah. See, you
Hanukkah
did it.
Kolsch. Can we get a little like a little sideburn?
Yes.
That is.
Like it could be even tailored after my sideburns
Do
because
you-
they get
so-
curly, like seriously curly.
I used to like to mess with my Jewish friend down in Texas, and any Jewish person, I'd be like, "Hey, could you tell so and so?" I was like Modest Yahoo. I was like, hey, Lee, next time you see Modest Yahoo, tell him I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
You know, just like, you guys, of course, you know each other there. So. Are
I'm
you
a
guys
fan.
Modest Yahoo fans?
I have
And do
no
you
idea
know
that-
him?
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay. He's I dig him. He does good.
Yeah.
He does really good tunes. We'll
I
pop
did
him.
resist the other day when I was talking on customer support with somebody, and they said they were in Richmond, Virginia. My son's in Richmond.
Okay.
And we were on hold forever, so we started to talk. I thought about that Geico or the insurance commercial, becoming your dad, what not to ask.
Oh, yes.
And I almost said, do you know my son? Or, hey, my son lives in Richmond.
Yes.
But I didn't.
right.
I held back.
No pointing out the roads when the flight takes
That's
off.
right.
No,
How's the weather
pointing
down
out
there?
your house.
Yeah.
A lot of good beers in Richmond. now.
There is.
Beers.
Yes.
A lot
Yeah.
of good beers.
Radio.
Oh yeah, we probably should.
Yeah. Let's do it. We can sip the Kolsch while we do that. So
Let's rock segment
let's
two.
get on it.
Segment 2.
Segment 2.
Yeah. So we're halfway through our beers. So this works.
Ready?
Ready.
Follow the Beer Guys on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
Now, back to the Beer Guys Radio Show.
Welcome back to the Beer Guys Radio Show. Remember, all episodes are available on demand. So if you missed the broadcast, get the podcast. Beer Guys Radio is available on all popular
And unpopular.
podcasting
Podcasting
apps.
apps.
Yes. Now let's get back to Christmas beers.
Christmas beers. So through the power of time lapses and radio and all this stuff,
Yes.
we've tried a few of our beers, and we didn't want to take up a lot of radio airspace with silence of us just sipping beers and staring at each other.
Exactly.
So-
Yeah.
So we have sampled a few of the beers. We've gone through them. And Brian, you made an interesting note. So it seems that in Europe, they are very popular. The term winter warmer is very popular.
Now, winter ale.
Winter
yes,
ale, but
winter
in the
ale.
US, they do like the term winter warmer, correct?
That's what I'm noticing. There was, of all the ones, we have a pretty good split of like UK and European beers, and almost all the ones from that side of the pond are winter ales, and almost all the ones from this side of the pond are winter warmers. And I think we got one
We got a lager thrown in there. Just
yeah,
throw a little
we've got some
curveball.
lagers. I think that Deschutes Jubile Ale, they call it a winter ale instead of a winter warmer.
Okay.
And that's one of the few differences. Yeah, we got the winter lager. We got an IPA or two, in there that also don't conform to that. But
So is there a notice? One thing I noticed, the European beers tend to lean towards a higher ABV
Correct,
than the
yeah.
American beers, which I know we get, people talk about our big beers over here, but the European ones, 10% was not uncommon. on
yeah,
quite
with,
a few of the ones
with
we
a
had
with
here.
a lot of those, the winter, the winter warmers over here frequently are in the 5 to 6%. I'm looking at a few of them, and you're looking at like 6%, 6.7, 5.6. It's all in the mid range, and you get over to the Belgians and they're 8-10%. So it's considerably higher over there. And these are kind of loose terms. I mean, the winter ale, it's kind of a catch-all category. It's non-traditional seasonal beers, usually with higher alcohol heat to them in this category, to kind of replicate the old warm beverages of yore, where they would
Of
heat up-
yore.
yes,
Yes.
exactly, of yore, where they would heat up some alcoholic beverages, mix it with it's like a spice cider, a mulled situation, if you will.
Sure,
So
sure.
they can be, like the winter ale can be used interchangeably with winter warmer, but some insist there's a difference, and I think we're seeing that there is a difference, and it's maybe a geographical / cultural difference.
Now, Brian, I've asked you this every year, and I want to see in the last year, have you done it? Have you roared a beer yet?
No,
Okay.
that was on my. I'd forgotten all about that. Yeah, that was. Roaring a beer, I think, is something that the Scandinavian, maybe Norwegian, is it Norway? That
I
they
know
do?
it's European. I can't pinpoint it
I
anymore.
think it's Scandinavian practice of taking a farmhouse beer, superheating an iron skillet, dumping it in there really quick, and then pouring it off really quick.
Are
to
you
kind
guys
of
familiar with roaring a beer?
revive?
heard of it.
Have you? So from what I remember, and it's been a while. I didn't look this up this year, but they would take old beer, stale beer,
Yeah,
and you pour it in there. It's like super quick. You get like a fire red heated cast iron skillet or
Yes.
whatever, pour the beer in, let it hit it, sizzle and warm, and pour it directly into a vessel. But it's supposed to make it open up and taste fresher.
And I think
Apparently.
they did it with farmhouse ales too, because they would just kind of go a little stale. I think that if you're looking at reviving hops, you're not going to get it done that way, but something like a farmhouse or maybe something spiced or whatever could be. You're going to caramelize things a little bit. Haven't done it yet. Had thoughts about doing it. Still haven't done it. I'm guessing it'd be very messy, and it's going to be something that's difficult to do if you've never done it before, because who knows what's going to happen.
They were probably outside with it, so that probably made it a little bit easier.
It was less likely that they would burn down their Buckhead condo when they did that.
That is.
I'm guessing.
And let's put it. Let's just say that the last time you messed with fire inside, you almost burnt my house down.
That's right.
So we won't try that again. Brian saw a thing where you take terracotta pots and you stack them with tea lights, and they produce heat. And when we were homebrewing in my garage, I didn't have a heat vent in there. So he wanted to mess with that fun little project. There was a video of him taking a flaming pan and running out to the driveway there because it did. But in Brian's defense,
generated heat.
It put off heat.
It did put off heat. It was kind of the
flaming pan of wax did indeed put off heat.
So it was a thing where there was foil involved, but you'd have one terracotta pot inside of another terracotta pot. You can kind of create radiate heat off the terracotta pots, and it did do a good job. And we put some chicken on it. It warmed up the chicken nicely.
Terracotta chicken.
Yeah, that's right. It's legendary.
Great
legendary
stories. Guys, let's talk beer. So we've tasted through a few of them. Again, we don't know what any of these are. We'll do a reveal in the fourth segment. We'll let everybody know what we tasted. Beer number one. Ron, what were your thoughts on beer number one? And any guess as to which one of these beers it may have been?
I really liked it. It was probably one of my favorites. I put it in that Marzen family.
Okay.
It was just easy drinking, had a nice caramel roast to it. I could drink that. I could drink that all day long.
So out of what you've tried, it sounds like that's a contender for you.
Yes.
As what you've enjoyed so far. Any of the others on the list that really stuck out to you?
Number two, I think we had talked about it, had a real boozy nose, but didn't drink as boozy. Had a nice balance to it. It was probably something I would only drink maybe one. It was probably a little higher alcohol, so I'd drink a pint of it. I don't know if I drink 3 or 4 of them.
Okay, fair enough.
Which one it is? It's one of the Belgians. I don't know.
One of the I had a couple. I'm like, all right, I know this is Belgian, but I can't pinpoint it beyond that. So, Michael, how about you, man? Any standouts for you?
So far for me, I think number 5.
Number 5.
I just felt like that was one that I could sit around. It was a great Christmas beer, but it was one that I thought, heck, I could drink this on a warm day too. I mean, it was just an all around. It was clean. That's what I noticed about that beer.
Okay.
I just felt it was so clean, and the flavors were a little more subdued, so it was easy to drink.
Did you pick out what are some of the flavor notes you got in that number 5?
I got there was a caramel note, but it wasn't a caramel note like you'll get in some of the boozier beers. It was really light and lower. I got a little bit of the breadiness. The malt came through more than it did on some of these other beers because they're more powerful with some other flavors. So I just felt like it was in the winter, it's hard to find an easy drinker, and this was an easy drinker. It is,
right. I'm not mad at that, though. That they're big, boozy, crazy, spicy beers. But you're right. The ones that they put out for the holidays, they're not doing a lot of session beers typically for the holidays.
Right. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's always, but I don't know. That one just hit me.
Brian, co-host.
So in looking at we've done two different groupings of 3, and the first grouping of 3, definitely my favorites. And I think that I preferred number 3 the most. It's like it was boozy. It had some nice spice notes to it. I really enjoyed that one. I actually liked number 2 a fair amount, and I've been debating the 4, 5, and 6. I'm not sure how I would order those. I'm not too into 4 and 5 and 6. Not sure, but they were all lighter. So the first 3 were much darker.
That's been your winning round so far. The first 3.
The first 3 were more memorable. I don't even know if the second 3 would place, to be honest with you.
Fair enough.
How about you?
Number 1. has been my favorite so far.
Okay.
And I thought it was lighter. There's some mild hoppiness. I got a little bit of a toasty caramel, a little roastiness in it, but it's all very light and drinkable. That's one that I could set around. And again, like we were talking, Michael, bring on the big stouts, the big Belgians and all that. But this is one, if I wanted to sit down with my Christmas meal, I could have this one. I could have a couple.
I actually had a little bit left over. I took a taste of it as it's warmed up. It did warm up really nice. I actually think I know what that is.
Okay.
But I'm not going to say.
I
think
made
know
a guess
what it
on
is.
that one. We'll see. We'll see. I will know, and this may be a hint at my guess. I thought it was very crisp and clean for having a little color to it. So we'll see. For number 5 and 6, definitely Belgians. For both of those, I got bubblegum notes.
Yeah.
And some fruity notes. In number 6, my first note is big bubblegum. It's just really out there. So I also got some clove and nutmeg in number 6 there. In number 5, just Ron, we were talking about that one was crazy, man. Yeah. Just kind of all over the place. So I got apple, I got bubblegum, I got sweet tarts. I put WTF down here. I got that in there apparently.
Between 5 and 6, which one did you like more? Because I'm having a heck of a time deciding on that last group how to even organize them.
I don't.
They're different, but I don't know that one's better than the other.
The gum was too strong for me in 6. With the bubble gum standing out there, I think. But I don't like saying I preferred 5 because I'm not sure I would say that.
So my bubblegum blindness probably helps with that because blindness. I apparently, of all things, do not detect bubblegum very strong.
Number 6 to me was the most Christmassy beer that I've tasted. It just had all those notes of the Christmas.
The spices and stuff are definitely there.
Number 6 was the most Christmassy beer I think we've had.
All right.
Okay, you talked me into it. I favor 6.
That's it. All right. Yeah. Well, guys, we got our work ahead of us. We have more beers to drink. You're listening to the Beer Guys Radio Show, and we'll be back very soon to talk more. I meant to mention our Hanukkah break.
Oh, the Hanukkah break. Oh,
could it be fig?
Here we go. Here we go. Wassailing. Yes.
We got to go. Well, see, that's what it wasn't quite fig. It wasn't quite plum. It wasn't quite cherry. Mm-hmm. So that's what.
Are we talking about the Kolsch still?
No, you're right. No,
I hope not.
Numero 6. Numero 6.
I think I like 6. I think I like 6 a lot. As I thought it through, I'm like, I think I prefer that, but that's the thing. Apparently, big bubblegum, and I just wasn't getting the bubblegum, and I don't know why.
You know what? I think I'm a Kolsch convert in the last year or two. I used to say I just didn't really care for Kolsch's, and then I had one I really liked, and I'm like, well, I like this Kolsch. But then I had another one I really liked, and now I really like this one, so maybe I'm just converted to where I like Kolsch's.
For me, it's just a simple beer.
Yeah.
There's not much to it.
For me, it was we went through the whole haze craze. We bought in brewing hazy beers, and we've kind of in the last year, I guess since the pandemic, we've been going back to simpler styles. We
back to the classics.
We did a real light saison. It was like 4%. We did a brown ale that won us a gold medal that I was real proud of.
I remember talking with you about that one. I don't remember if I tried that. I don't remember if I tried that one.
You might have tried it that day you came over.
That's what I'm wondering if I tried. I know I tried the smoked. Was it a smoked Kentucky Common?
Yes.
Yeah. That was tasty.
I have been drinking recently. Bought a few of them, gone through a few of them. Saison DuPont.
Oh,
just because. I mean, I think that I need something different. Yeah, well, because it's awesome, partially, but it's just
okay. I absolutely love the aroma on numero 7.
Yeah,
it's got a really good. It's got a really good aroma.
I really like this.
I think I know what this one is.
Okay.
I am 8 out of 10 confident in my guess on this one.
Oh, yeah. I think I know what this one is. I suspect. Oh, hold on.
Are you unsure now? Did you?
No, I was thinking it over. I was thinking it over, considering what we have.
I like this a lot. Maybe I'm wrong on what it is. Whatever it is, I like it a lot, and it's very Christmas. To
I
me.
like this one.
Yeah,
this
is
is
good.
Christmassy. I like your description earlier of number one. It's a sit down at the table, eat a meal, drink a beer.
Yeah,
It's not sit out at the fireplace and sip on a
Right.
beer.
right.
This is sit out at the fireplace and sip on a beer.
Exactly. Have you a couple number ones with the meal, grab you a number 7 and go hit by the fireplace there.
A number 7 or number 6. Actually, maybe number
Number 6 has got too much gum there, you
Yeah.
gum blind fool.
I know. Or maybe I like to chew gum while I'm sitting by the
I
fireplace.
came here to chew gum and drink beer, and I'm doing both right
That's
now.
right. That's right.
All out of
That's right. Yes. But at least I have this beer that still tastes like it. We should go wassailing this year.
I've done. Isn't that just? Oh, that's Christmas singing, but you jump in and have a drink at every place you stop at. That would be amazing. I want to point out that the fineness of the carbonation. I taste the effervescence in this.
Yes.
You're right. Very light carbonation on this. And again, the head holds up a nice light tan
Yeah, but
head. Good, nice color on that. So
I get what Brian's saying though. It's like the carbonation's fine.
It is.
Right.
Yes.
Bottle conditioned.
Indeed. That's what I'm saying.
Which threw me
Yes,
off because the
correct.
beer that I thought this was, I don't think is bottle conditioned.
If it's anything but what the one of the few I'm thinking of is no way. Yeah. Well, there's at least a wild card in there that I don't have a good concept of what it would taste like because I've
I'm
not
thinking
had
it-
it
well-
in a long time. So
I'll have to wait. I'll have to see on these other ones, man. That's my guess so far.
I'm not a good guesser.
Well, I have a guess of what
It's
this one is.
you know, guesser. I always thought I sucked because I drink a beer that I absolutely. There's a beer that I love, and we were doing a blind tasting one time. Excuse me, drinking too much beer. Van de Kaiser Blau,
oh yeah.
and
yeah.
you brought me one blind tasting. And I didn't guess it. I've drank that many times. I love it, but I remember seeing the show MasterChef, and they're doing stuff like blindfolding chefs and giving them ham, and they're like, "Is that onions?"
I really
Is
would
it-
love to. I want to do that. I was
Right.
talking to my wife
Is
the
it
other
really
day.
that?
I really want
Yes.
to do that and
Yeah.
see how that works.
They'll give them cucumber, strawberries, corn, and they're like, bananas. They're like, no, that's a snail.
It's a
So that's escargot.
escargot. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, Mike, are we doing? We're still not saying guesses.
You can't.
If you
got a
feel
guess to throw
confident-
out,
I feel confident this is the delirium.
That's
Number-
my
I guess
guess.
it's
That was my
delirium?
guess. That was my
Okay.
guess too.
And number 8, I think I've got as well.
number 7, you think is delirium? Then
Yeah.
you and I are way off. I will say that.
I
would not
also
have guessed that
disagree
as
with
Belgium.
you.
Okay.
I wrote delirium also.
Okay. All right.
I
cool.
wrote down.
Bring it
first,
on.
First guess I made.
All right.
I wrote down Saint Bernardus Christmas. On that
Oh,
one.
Well,
We're
okay.
all
It's
over.
good. One of
Yeah.
those. Because
I
to me, delirium is a very I may not be. I don't think. I don't know if it's.
I think that's
Belgium or
the
not,
two we have is Delirium Noel and Saint Bernardus Christmas. So the two that are in the list of blindness tasting here.
Blinded by the beer.
I'm hoping it's that one because number 7 is my favorite so far. That's the one that like this one could take
Yeah.
the gold medal. The other ones couldn't, but this one could.
Can I step out of the room?
Sure, man. Yep.
You can.
No, you're locked in here.
I mean, there's you have to pay the toll,
I was
but you
just
can
saying, If
leave.
you got a bigger stomach, it is a.
You got to pay. It's right.
I just caught that. All right.
Stay
Oh,
with us, Brian. Stay with us.
this
This
is
is a sipper. Sip
This
to me
is,
is
so
a
I'm going to
sipper.
dump this one, not because I don't like it, just because I'm getting a little tipsy. And I got a radio show to do.
okay. That actually helps doing the radio show, I think, right?
No. But that one,
I have-
definitely one of our hoppy representations.
Yes, definitely hoppy, and suspect the problem is I
Thanks,
thought I would
appreciate
immediately taste the one I'm thinking it could be. I would have immediately tasted and known it was exactly that, but because of everything else we've had, it builds up the palate. I'm not 100% sure. I've had all kinds of malts and
Excuse me,
sweet
excuse
and spices, and yes, my
I
palate
think
has been
I know
altered.
I think I know what that one is because there's another one that may be it, but I don't think it's that one.
Mm.
If that made sense to you.
Okay. Yeah, I think that does. Yeah, I think that does.
So-
Yeah, looking it over. Yeah.
I was trying to pick out the flavor on that plummy
Okay, yeah,
special B. Special B.
the special B,
Special B
malt,
grain,
which is
okay,
raisin
yeah.
that it had.
Yeah,
Special B has
raisiny,
raisin,
candy.
right?
Raisiny, yeah,
It's
candy,
candy, yeah.
raisiny,
Candy
plummy.
raisin. All right,
It's a wonderful grain to use in a beer in
Yeah.
small doses.
man. I haven't brewed in probably. I know when October 2017, I think, or October 2017 or 2018 was the last time we brewed on our equipment.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
brewing Sunday, and having listened to one of your, I think it was last week's pod, we're brewing a Schwartz beer.
Okay.
Oh,
which,
yes.
which is a black beer. I will
Yes.
because Brian
There you
has
go.
educated me to that.
See,
Yeah.
there you go, man. Good,
It's a
good.
black beer, man.
See,
Yeah,
that's
black
what it's
lager.
about, man.
Yep. So
Black lagers are good,
They're
man. There's so
fantastic.
much potential with those.
Schwartz beers are awesome, especially was it Silent World oh no. So Arches has one locally and Creature Comforts. I think Creature Comforts is Silent World. That's a Schwartz beer, and
5-week
Arches is
sale?
Black Gold. I think it's Black Gold.
Is Black Gold? There's
Yeah, I'm a fan of both of those. The Arches
Okay.
one and the Silent World. They're both
I see.
great. That Schwartz beer is
the
phenomenal.
Schwartz beer.
Yeah. It's great stuff, man.
So, I guess
All right then. All right then.
So winter warmer. This is 7 is a winter warm.
7's a winter warmer. Okay.
None of hardly
All right.
any of these others. Maybe 5, maybe 5, 6. To me, a winter warmer, it's got to have high alcohol. I mean, it's got to
Okay.
warm you. A winter ale is a spiced beer. A winter
Gotcha.
warmer,
It should
it
warm
doesn't-
you.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be
I
a
agree.
dark, but it needs to have some alcohol to it.
I agree with your perspective on that. I think the Belgians disagree with the choice in terminology because the Belgian ones are all, I think they're all winter ales and they're all like 10%.
Winter.
They've decided that's like, yeah, the warming, yeah, not so much.
I think a lot of the European stuff though it goes because their
Gracias,
history of beer is so
gracias.
long.
Oh.
Like it goes back to the seasons and how they were dependent on the the ambient temperatures and
Yeah,
then
There
the
you go,
tax
sir.
laws that they went through and stuff. I think a lot of that in Europe that we don't deal
Mazel
with.
tov. Is that
L'chaim.
right?
L'chaim.
L'chaim?
L'chaim.
To life.
What?
To life.
Dump to life. L'chaim is to life.
Yes.
Okay. What's Mazel tov?
Good luck,
Congratulations. Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
I think
So-
it's used disposably by a lot of what's the goyim?
Yes.
I'm trying to get educated.
It's
here.
kind of
but-
like it's a good term.
If you do, I know I'm coming way out of left field. You ever see the musical Fiddler on the Roof?
Yes, but a long time ago.
There's a song in there, to life, l'chaim.
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 Okay.
That's because that's the same.
Okay. There's an alt rock duo, these two girls, and they're just Heim. And I know that they're Jewish girls, so I'm assuming that it's
Oh, it probably means life,
Life,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
life, huh?
Look-
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Instead of
it-
the life, it's just life.
Right.
To
So
life,
in
right?
Hebrew, the word "to" is not a word; it's just a prefix.
Okay.
So it's the,
All right.
the L before the
With the okay.
before the word.
Oh, and is it CHAIM? L'chaim.
yeah.
Okay.
So it's
right.
L apostrophe CHAM is to.
L'chaim.
So it's not. Yeah, I would just L'chaim.
L'chaim.
You
gotta-
a lot of
You got to work on the phlegm.
Phlegmy,
Okay.
very phlegmy. Okay.
This is
Flemish ales.
This
The
is my
phlegm.
favorite.
This
This
is
is my
it.
favorite trio.
Okay.
If,
All right.
if we're doing them as groupings, like Brian said, 2 is way better than 1. This trio is my favorite.
Actually, the group 1 was better than group 2.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
I like this. It's got just a slight chocolate, enough hop that kind of brings out that chocolatey flavor.
My first note on this one is I hate this. So let's see. What
Oh,
we go
on
from
is
there.
this on
number
9?
9? Number 9.
My first note is this is terrible.
This is this. I hate this, and Ron has the palate of a goat. That was my first note there. So,
Also, the eating habits.
oh,
It
I
helps
know.
with the eating habits if you also have the palate. I'm gonna say, like, if a tin can tastes good to you, then that's gonna work out well in your favor. I think. Not saying you do. I'm just saying
I
one
don't
of these
follow.
things
I
stick
don't
out.
follow. So you're saying if you want to eat a lot, it doesn't matter what you want to eat.
So if
it
if
tastes
you
like?
have the eating patterns of a goat, it helps to have the same palate because if you have a super taster, every tin can is going to be torture, but you're going to feel like you have to eat it. So I'm just saying it's good to have them together.
I'm dumping this with malice.
Really?
Delicious.
Dumping it with malice.
I'm angrily dumping that one.
I love this because I disagree strongly, but
Fair enough, man. That's why they make so many beers,
yes,
right?
yeah.
No.
I agree.
Hard no.
I'm not.
It's not my favorite, but I do like it.
I think
This is the only beer I put seaweed in buttholes down on my tasting notes.
Okay, wait. I just want to know
Don't
where
ask
the
me how I
reference
live my
comes
life,
from.
man.
How do you know
Don't
what
question
that,
my
how do you
life.
know what that combination tastes like?
Man, this is
That's what I'm saying.
2021. We be doing things out there.
you don't ask questions
You
like
don't-
this. You
don't
just
judge
accept that
me.
it's no.
Right. Don't
Judge
judge
me.
me.
Don't think shit.
I'm palate fluid.
Palate fluid.
Uh,
I'm trying to figure out what this might be. Oh, I think I might know what this is. So I was cued in on the seaweed or the butthole. I don't know.
right. Which one is the power of suggestion? Now you both are tasting it.
We only have two more.
Sir Nathan, may I have some water?
He's already got it.
That'll be enough just to. You're the best. Thank you so much.
I'm gonna take a little out.
I'm gonna say that 9 is my weak one of this grouping.
Okay. I did like the grouping in general. And I
Yeah.
think so far my winner so far is in this group.
Yep.
8.
Not number 9.
No.
No. Okay.
That gives us
No.
a 50% chance of getting it.
Well, no,
Right.
since he couldn't drink number 9 and he
Right.
wasn't number 8, so it's got to be number 7.
He-
Power of elimination.
He loved number 9 so much he had to drink it or face his own destruction. He had to
That's it,
separate
man.
himself from his
Dumper.
love of that beer.
the dumper.
I
Wish you would step back from that beer, my friend.
Yeah. I'm probably way off on what I think this is. I'm hoping it's not. Well, you know what? I don't. For as strong as you have expressed dislike for it, I'm kind of hoping it's not the one beer. But there's a couple others I don't want
The
it to be.
first
either.
sip I took of this one, it really hit my palate heavily. I very strongly do not like number 9.
It does have a considerable lingering bitterness, which I know
Can
that
you
you're
say
not.
what? Or so is it the bitterness?
It's
or
that
is it-
bitter
I
edge.
honestly did get a very oceanic seaweed in
salty.
there.
So it's salty.
No. That have you ever eaten nori? And
Yeah.
I know
Are you
that right. I knew you were going to
the
say that, but
umami?
you know what? There's certain flavors because you dislike them so much, and
You got seaweed then.
right?
Okay.
I know this was seaweed nori. I know that's the flavor that gave me on there. Like
So
I love sushi,
Semi-salty cardboard.
ocean, fishy,
Brine.
There's no question.
fishy ocean.
Oyster.
Stale
Fishy
ocean
oyster.
water.
You know, nori. If you've ever eaten just a sheet of seaweed, that's it. That iodine, salt, fish, grass.
See,
Kinda.
I don't get that at all. I think
I don't either.
I think
man.
that
that's cool.
you have been
That's-
skewed by something. I think this is not my strongest contender here. Wow. I mean, it's hard to beat 7, to be honest with you. I think 7.
I
was-
like 7
yeah.
quite a lot. So
I think
yeah.
I think that's gonna be that's right now. You know,
Yeah.
It's my contender for top already.
If someone
Yeah.
took hops and ran them through the digestive system of a squid and squeezed that into number 9, I bet that's what happened.
Maybe they ran it through a civet cat. This is like Kopi Luwak coffee,
Have we not
or
discussed
not
those-
coffee,
those-
but
those are
definitely
the ones-
oceanic?
oceanic. Well, depending on what happens
Don't
in
tell
the
me there's
digestive
aquatic
system.
civets.
isn't that the real expensive coffee?
It
It
is.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
the
yeah,
cat
yeah.
that goes around and
Yeah.
eats the coffee cherries, and people run around and pick
Yeah.
up the scat and
Mhm.
Yeah,
dust it off a little bit, and
not me.
sell it
Right.
to people with a lot of
I'd
money.
try it.
I'd even
'Cause,
drink
I've-
Starbucks before that.
I've had it.
I feel
I've
that,
had it.
man.
It's
I've
actually
had it too.
it's actually good coffee if you like a dark, smooth roast.
Oh,
It's if you want it really dark. I like lighter roast, so it's not even really my style. It's good though, But get a Blue Mountain coffee. You'll like
Yeah.
it more. It's easy. It's expensive, but it's less expensive.
Yeah.
It's easier to get, and you're not dependent upon a cat
We're-
to eat it first.
We've got a lot
And they
of
say
good-
the cats are being abused now because people want to make the Kopi Luwak. So
I'm
they're
not
being
surprised.
traded
Yeah.
and forced the coffee beans to try and make more
Force
Kopi
feeding
Luwak.
the
Yeah.
feeding of the theory is it's so good because not because the cat's digestive system processes the bean, the cats themselves know when to eat the cherries at the peak ripeness.
I did hear that.
So
Yeah.
the beans are at their peak ripeness, not the digestive system. The cats are good at picking good coffee. That's the real thing.
They've got
Makes sense.
pigs that harvest truffles and don't eat them.
Yeah.
Couldn't
There's
they
a
train
movie
these
about that.
civets? Is it? See,
With
I would
Dennis-
watch that, man.
What is it? Nicolas Cage.
Okay. See, couldn't they train these civets to
pick the
pick
cherry
them out and just get the cherries?
because you don't really care about you can make a tea out of the cherries, but
And
what
can
you
we
could
not do this without animal feces?
We
Can
could.
we not get the same
I think we
results?
could probably possibly train them to
There's a
pick out the
sentence.
cherries they want,
Right.
feed them the cherries,
Brand new
take the
sentence,
beans.
Interesting
right?
to
Yeah.
see.
Can we
the
do this
taste
without
before-
animal
Can we not do
feces?
this without
just the
animal
cherry that
feces,
they're
man?
about to eat, and after it's been pooped out, if there is a difference.
The cherry itself, you probably don't want to taste that cherry. It's the bean, the one thing that comes out. The rest of it's just feces.
No, I'm saying the cherry that he's about to eat.
Yeah.
Harvest that, try it, and then try the post.
Oh
a
yeah.
post to
See if there's okay.
right. See if
The-
it is
yeah.
it's just that peak ripeness cherry, or if the digestive system actually does.
It would kind of suck if you
Impart something
tried
to
that and you're like, damn, the poop coffee really is better, man.
Yeah.
It really is a lot better.
And it's possible that the enzymes do something. It's possible, but I think it
Doo-doo.
may. Yeah, right. Do right?
I don't know.
But I think that the general consensus is not
It's like-
general, but the educated consensus is that it really isn't the digestive system so much. It's really that those cats are good at picking out good cherries.
So basically, it's corn for cats. It's
Corn for cats. I
is
don't remember eating that.
there a whole thing about brewing corn from a cat's butt? I mean, I don't know this thing.
That's the secret to our Kentucky Common.
We also use 6-row. We don't use 2-row.
6-row.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't see a lot of folks brewing with 6-row.
No, but that's that we did a lot of research on the recipe, and
Yeah,
we learned that when they first started brewing it back in Kentucky, that's how they did it.
it was 6-row.
So
They
we bought-
needed the
Well,
enzymes.
6-row
in the
was more
6-row.
common at that time,
Yes.
wasn't it? Than
And you
2-row.
needed the enzymes to convert the corn at the time because they weren't doing
Okay.
cereal mashes and they weren't using converted. You know,
Well, that's what I've
processed
heard.
corn.
Like, the process of the long boil that we have right now was off the DMS. Isn't that a
Yeah.
big thing? But they said with our modified grains that we have now, there's really not that much point in it
Supposedly
anymore.
not, right?
Yeah,
But it does
interesting.
give you extra time to drink beer while
It does,
you're
man, and it looks cool sitting there, watching it.
Well, the same thing with batch sparge versus fly sparging.
Yeah,
It's longer, so you can drink more.
yeah, that's it, man. Do the long. How long was your brew day? 14 hours, man. 14 hours
We
for
all
a
have
1
a,
gallon batch.
we all have a good friend who has several brew days longer
Sure.
than that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
pellet.
yeah,
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
The 24-hour brew days there.
yeah.
Them
At
long
least
boil
he's
stouts.
got
Yeah.
them nearly 48 hours.
Well,
Doesn't
the
he? Like
boil is
36
just
hours.
24 to plus.
Yeah.
That's not even the,
The whole
mashing
brew
and
day.
everything else.
Right.
Hashtag boil boys.
Man, I can't argue though. His stouts are thick, paint in the glass.
That's right.
Thick,
Oh.
delicious stouts.
He's
so-
the one that turned us on to that Mayleb.
Yeah.
Okay.
He put
All
it
right,
in
yeah.
he didn't put it in a stout though.
It was a strong ale or
he put
something.
it in a
It was
strong ale.
excellent.
Okay.
It was
Excellent.
Good
freaking
stuff.
phenomenal.
Cool, cool. All right, guys, let's do a little more radio.
Follow the Beer Guys on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Your revolution is over, Mr. Lebowski. Condolences. The bomb's lost.
Now, back to the Beer Guys radio show.
Welcome back to the Beer Guys Radio Show. I want to give a quick shout out to one of our great radio affiliates, WVMT 620 AM and 96.3 FM in Burlington, Vermont. Catch Beer Guys Radio on WVMT every Saturday at 10 a.m. Now let's get back to all of these Christmas beers.
Christmas beers we have been tasting them through with our friends from Rainy Day Brewing.
Yes.
Are you Rainy Day Brewing or Rainy Day Brewery? Does it? Because I know people
We-
that's been particular on that.
we've used Rainy Day Brewery, and I actually at one point
Okay.
I thought we might go pro, and I actually trademarked Rainy
Okay.
Day Brewery.
There you go. That answers that.
That trademark has expired.
Did expire. Okay. All right.
So now
gotcha.
your options are open. A
Yeah.
brewery
You do
or
anything you want.
beer company, you could do anything you want. Yeah.
Rainy Day Brewery. But guys, again, thanks for joining us. We have drank through a few more beers here. We've got some more brewing traditions to talk about, Brian. We were talking about beers that we may drink with a meal. or
Sure.
a beer we may drink by the fire. But what if we want the drink to warm us up, Brian? There are some options for hot Christmas beverages, including beers, right?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's a whole history behind the warmed seasonal beverages, heating up things. A lot of it, like mulled wines, mulled ciders. There's mulled beers. So you've got your wassail or your lamb's wool, which is a hot spice cider. It's a variation. Lamb's wool is a variation on the wassail. It's made with real ale, which is just your British standard cask ales, and so it's the tradition of wassailing, which is everybody thinks about the song, but it's singing, it's going around singing and then drinking at everybody's house, basically kind of forcing people to pour you spirits for singing Christmas songs to them. But you're drinking and singing to the trees. The intention was to awaken the trees, to drive away the evil spirits, to ensure a good harvest next season. There's my other favorites, which the Glue Creek, which is a variation of the glue wine. A mulled wine is a glue wine, but a Glue Creek is a sour cherry beer, a creek that's served warm with holiday spices and an orange wedge. And I got the idea from that originally from Cascade Brewing out of Portland, but Leafman's makes a packaged Glue Creek that's meant to be served warm. So you've got some variations there. You can heat up almost any beverage with alcohol in it and add some spices and, honey or orange wedges, that sort of thing. And you can come up with something that's really enjoyable.
So you made a Glue Creek a few years ago.
Yes.
We tried that. Now that was I believe it was from a Cascade.
That's
Creek,
Cascade,
correct?
a Cascade Creek. Yes.
We have some Cascades that are past their prime.
Correct.
They've lost their love. So looking back to us talking about roaring a beer, which,
Yes.
pouring the beer just quickly into a hot pan and pouring it. I can tell you that the Glue Creek did improve that creek.
Absolutely. And I think the recipe that I stole from Cascade to do this does involve adding honey to it. So you're adding honey, you're adding orange wedges, you're adding mulling spices to it. So
A little more than just heating.
Exactly. There's a little bit more than heating going on there, but it does. If the bacteria will chew through it, make it a very acidic beverage over time. Like if it gets to a point where you don't appreciate it, drinking it the way
Glue
it was
it up.
bottled, warm it up, pour some
Just
honey. There's nothing wrong with that. However
Michael,
you like it.
Ron, have you guys done Glue Wine or Glue Creek?
No,
No.
but it sounds interesting.
Yeah, right. I actually saw at a liquor store lately. Recently they had a bottled Glue Wine, which I'm assuming just has everything in there. You just warm it up and
Pretty
go
much,
for it.
yeah. I
So,
think that's just a warming
Right.
situation. Now, what I did for the Glue Creek is I went and got mulling spices. I think at a Whole Foods, you can get them like a satchel, or I think they even come in tea bags. Seriously, you pour it into a pan. You mix in like a cup of honey and throw in some orange wedges, bring it up to like a simmer till it's warm and start serving it. And so contrary to what people think, it's like it doesn't boil off or you don't lose all the alcohol. You might lose a little bit, but it's a very pleasant thing, especially if you're dealing with something that's already very tart to start off with. It really works beautifully.
I wonder how that would work with a chocolate cherry stout. I don't know
Put
if
you
it
some
would
more. Put
be
you
too
some.
much.
There's really only one way to find that answer
Yeah.
out, right?
But the way you add all these ingredients and such that you're talking about, it reminds me of how Ron makes his spent grain granola.
Okay. There you go, man. Do it up.
Ron just throws all kinds of good stuff in there, and
Well, I brought us some Chex Mix to the studio tonight to snack on, and this is all the little snacks I had around the kitchen. Then I wanted. It's got some sesame sticks in it, which I dig. Some pecans, Chex Mix, and all that. And it's just like I got this, and this. Boom! Now it's Chex Mix.
Was it
downside.
mold? I guess it's mold Chex Mix because
It's
you didn't warm
it's
it up.
Glue
Yeah.
Chex.
Glue Chex.
Glue Chex. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
So I'm thinking with the stout, if you warmed it up, but you actually, instead of, like you throw your honey in, maybe you throw the citrus in, maybe throw something in like raspberries too, like get a little kind of amp up the tartness a bit to kind of bring that out with the heat. You might find that works out okay. I mean, you should
Put some
try it out.
maybe a few almonds in there, warm them and let them get the
There you go.
almonds or
Toasted
walnuts or something in there.
Yeah. Do it and report back.
Maybe half a cup of bourbon.
A glue
or
stout,
something.
yeah.
So yeah.
Or a whole cup of bourbon.
This
Whatever,
is a 40 proof
It's a beer
stout,
toddy.
So that's right, man. Be good stuff. Guys, speaking of this, we drank some more beers. So we did another round. Beers number 7, 8, and 9. Brent, I'm going to start with you. Tell me about what you thought of beers 7, 8, and 9, and if you have any guesses to what they might be.
All right. So 7, 8, 9. I think that 7 is my first contender for the best beer of the show. I liked it a lot. It was a great aroma, like fine. It's like bottle conditioning, effervescent qualities. I'm guessing it's Belgian. I really think that this is the St. Bernardus Christmas.
Okay.
I'm hoping I'm right on that, but it's beautiful, whatever it is. That's my thought. I think the 8 was hoppy. I'm guessing that's probably the Sierra Nevada Celebration. Enjoy it. I like that. It's enjoyable, but in the setting here with all the other beers we had, like it kind of sticks out a little bit. It's like,
okay,
now that I'm in context of all these Christmas beers, maybe it's not as much what I would want in this, but I don't hate it. So, 9 took a second, but it grew on me. So, so what?
Brian.
No, Tim, please carry
Okay,
on.
I'll chime in.
Yeah.
I number 9. I'm just going to start off there and say that I did not care for number 9.
Ooh.
And I got a very strong taste of seaweed in it, like a sheet of nori that you would get. Very not good to me. So
Okay.
that number 9, definitely off my list. I don't think anybody else got that. Maybe that's just my trash
I
palate.
didn't. I tried to. I looked for the
But,
seaweed as hard as I could.
but
Could not find it.
I agree with you on number 7. Very pleasant. Very much enjoyed it. Probably my contender for my favorite so far. But I'm not going to venture a guess as to what it was. Number 8, I thought pretty good. Malty, hoppy, piney, some bitterness. I think I know one of a couple that probably is. So that would be my guess on that one. Michael, how about you, man? What do you think of this round?
Well, I think as a round, it was our strongest one yet. I thought the 3 beers as a whole were good. 7 was fantastic. It was definitely my favorite so far. It was a little bit heavier, but the spice notes were great in there. It was just fantastic. 8, I liked it. I got a little mustiness up front, but not bad. It's just more on the nose and the palate. And then I got notes of orange and mint in there.
Oh, really?
That's something.
Okay.
Orange and mint. Okay.
Yeah. But at 9, Tim, I liked it. It wasn't my favorite beer I've had today, but I thought it was a good beer. I liked it. And I just did not get the seaweed. Mine was way further inland.
Way further. Well, that's good for you, man.
Way further
good
inland.
for you.
Yeah, no seaweed on 9 for me.
All right.
8 is it's pretty obvious what it is. 7, talking about a winter warmer. As a winter warmer, that's my favorite beer that we've had because
Okay.
it had the spice, it had some alcohol to it, it had some heat to it.
It warms you,
Yeah,
like you would
exactly.
expect. Yes.
Warms you up, man.
I
It's
agree with that.
The name. It's in the name. Maybe it's in the name.
Maybe some of these
We'll
are
have to
winter
see.
ales,
We'll have to see
so it's
what
not a
happens
given.
there. Yeah. So so that's our round. We've got a couple more to try. Brian, any other Christmas tradition stories or anything you want to share with us here?
Well, I was talking about let's see, the Sierra Nevada. I'm guessing that was. I'm hoping that was number 8, and I like that. And this is the 40th anniversary, and I just wanted to give them a shout out. It's this year's is Fresh Cascade and Centennial hops, so 40th anniversary, very cool stuff. And did you have something
Real quick, what do you guys think about the fact they put it in cans this year?
I'm okay. I'm good.
I'm good with that,
man.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
fine with that.
It's glad they did it this year. It may be too expensive to do next
Yeah, that's
year.
right.
Yeah.
I'm really gonna miss it next year. They're very. I don't have to worry about bottles don't stack well. That's the big problem. If they could design bottles so they stacked, it would be so much better.
Easier
right?
to tote a 12
Yeah.
pack of cans than it is bottles, right,
Oh,
Brian?
absolutely.
And it's
Absolutely.
easier to get rid of afterwards.
It
Oh,
is,
yeah.
man. Less space. You ever try to crush a bottle on your forehead? So,
Well, I've gotten pretty used to with my hands crushing cans. Like if you,
Okay.
there's a technique to it. It's very actually easy. You don't have to do it.
it's because they're made of super thin, weak aluminum, Brian.
Exactly right.
You're listening to the Beer Guys Radio Show. Brian Strongman Competition. We'll be back right after this. They're crushing cans.
All right.
crushing.
No, for real. If you take a can and you just use your thumbs to spiral it and just go around the can, it crushes so easily. Like people sell can crushers, and it's the easiest thing in the world to do with your hands. It's not a strongman situation. It could be if you wanted it to be, but why? Uh-oh. Are we at a contender for yet another one?
Okay.
This one has one of the best noses.
There's just something I can't pick it out.
Number 6 had a great smell to it. I think that
Yeah.
was man.
All right. More contenders here, guys, because I'm digging this.
It's definitely another Belgian.
Well, that's what I was saying. I think
We're
it's a
running out of
Belgian
Belgians.
too.
I know there were only 3 of them. We've got like 6.
Yeah, I know, right? Exactly.
We've got 12 Belgians here at this tasting of 11 beers.
And not all of them are Belgian.
There's slight bubble gum, but not
Mm.
dominating. Belgian-esque.
I am getting more of
A
this
little hot
bubblegum character.
bitterness,
This is nice.
Little hot bitterness.
I get
I
get it
a
on
bit
the
of
ice.
hoppiness in this one.
I get the bubble gum on the nose, but I don't really get it on the flavor. I almost get a little bit of coffee, a little roast, a little coffee or something.
I was
Then a
about to
malty,
agree with you,
roasty.
but I'm like, I'm going to taste it first.
But there's
I
a
don't wanna just-
sweetness. It's not a hubba bubba bubble gum.
No,
It's a different. It's a juicy fruit. That's it. Juicy fruit bubble gum.
But I get did you ever mix up your own chocolate milk when you were a kid? That kind of chocolate, not a dark chocolate, not a real milk chocolate, kind of that chocolate milk
Are you
chocolate.
using Hershey's syrup for it?
Yes.
Okay, that I get that in here. Yes.
Okay, like that syrup chocolate, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
And now that you mention it, yes, chocolate is in there. Like
Yeah.
a little hot bitterness, some malty, roasty, a little bubble gum, a little fruit, and a little chocolate. This is
Tons of-
nice.
Tons of flavor, really well balanced.
I guess I'm thinking that you get that little chocolate with the little roast, and that's what
I just got the
just-
coffee that you were talking. I
it's-
just got it
it's-
right.
it's just real faint.
Chocolate with a coffee finish.
Yeah, mocha.
Mocha chocolate.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. But to me, a little more of the chocolate, and a little less coffee.
I would agree. I got like a hint of coffee after the power of suggestion there.
Mocha and juicy fruit. That's what I get.
I
And
definitely get
juicy fruit. Okay.
I definitely get the
It's not a hub. It's definitely a fruity.
All right.
gum.
Yeah,
There's a
That's
sweet
right.
there's a
A
sweet spice in
bubble.
there, some sort of sweet baking spice in there.
There, yeah, it's not a bubble gum type of
Right.
thing. It's got more of a
I
It's
feel like
got
we're
more fruity.
shortchanging the earlier beers in the segment. We're waxing poetic.
That one really jumps
So,
out from the
with
rest of
cardamom,
the crowd there.
Now with the cardamom, that sweet spice.
Dude, I don't know what this would be. Did he
No,
throw
the
us a curveball?
Curveballs have been thrown.
Did the return of No Mike Nate throw a curveball at us, man?
Nathan, so
Yeah.
They're not to be trusted, even when they have no mic.
facts. Like obviously.
Yeah, that's why they don't have a mic. If they had a mic,
Ron, if you're looking for coffee, get up in
Yeah.
number 11 there.
I was gonna say that's the first thing that
Yeah,
comes out.
that's right on the nose and the palate. It's right there.
ooh, I don't
like
even know
this
what
a
to make
lot.
of this.
Shit.
What did we even?
This
I have no idea what this is.
Was
'cause
there a stout on the list?
No.
There's nothing in our list that I think this would be.
It actually tastes more like a dark lager because I don't think I get
Dark
much of-
fruit.
Yeah,
Dark
but it
fruit.
finishes so clean.
It is, yes. It is very clean finishing.
Yeah, that's why I'm wondering
I like
if it's lagered. I
Damn,
do
I
too.
like it a lot.
Now my job just got a little harder here.
Yeah, this got considerably harder here in the final portion.
I forgot we had a lager.
We do. I think I know what. I think we already did.
Those plums
I thought
and figs
number
you were
one-
looking for earlier, they're right here,
Yeah.
man. They're right here.
I thought number one, to me, it was a margin. I thought that was the lager. Or number 5, which had absolutely
guess
no
number
flavor.
one-
6 that had no, or which one had no flavor?
I guess number 1 is a
Four.
lager as well. So
Yeah.
we'll see how we did there.
Yeah,
I was actually thinking number 4, but
Well, yeah, one of the two, just because
Yeah.
4 has
Yeah.
just nothing.
I was
There.
thinking either 4 or 5.
Ooh, that's nice.
wow.
I'm dumping that just because I need to chill because I like that a lot. That's good.
I'm going to run over and use the restroom real quick.
I'm gonna
She'll be back.
All right.
follow Brian because there's two of them. And apparently my bladder is the size of a thimble.
The thimble bladder.
All
Well,
right.
you have been drinking. You have drank 11 beers. So
Well, I've sampled 11.
drink, sample,
I'm
potato, potato.
10 and 11.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Blended.
I'm gonna grab an empty drink tray so they can start.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, we're in the middle of a show now. I did so. Yeah. Let's hold. So let's let these guys get back there. So
That actually is nice.
it is.
10
Oh,
and
the
11
two
blended,
together
yeah.
there. Yeah. Now I've got the trouble that I'm trying to pick a top three, and I have 4 that I would put as contenders there.
Well, so remember though, we can also get retastes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of, but I'm not sure that would help me because it'd be like, "Oh, that is good.
Well,
That is good."
The other thing too, though, is like it's not style specific. So
Yep.
something that you really liked out of a lighter beer, you might also like for different reasons out of a darker beer.
Mm-hmm.
Nate, might I have another sample of 7 and 10?
I don't know where you put those Russian River ones, but have you ever seen the little writing around the outside of the label on
I don't think I've ever noticed
Well, you
it.
got read
Okay.
the
All right.
little writing around the edge of the label.
Try a blend of 10 and 11.
You know me, I'm all about that. I love. I my favorite thing to do is go to a good brewery, and if they have a nice fruity, like a Berlin or something like that,
Yeah.
I get about
7. Thank
I
you.
get about 1/3
Thank you, sir.
of that,
All right.
and 2/3 of a stout.
Okay, never mind. He did
Yeah,
7 and 10.
you're
I
thinking
thought-
11,
I thought
right?
11,
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Berliner
I take- and
and
a stout. I take
Okay.
like a third
All
of
right.
a Berlin
Yeah.
and 2/3 stout, and it's just
Well, yeah, like the Founder's breakfast out with Rubeus is
yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, it's just they work really well together if you get the ratio right. And you can't overdo the fruit.
10 and 11 are very different beers, but they're both outstanding.
Yeah.
I like 10, but I think it may be getting knocked off my list.
Yeah.
Just because I think I have a few others that I would put above it.
Yeah, Nathan, right? Some secondary pours, so he uses small glasses.
All right.
So yeah.
Okay. Decisions have been made.
Zoom.
All right.
I think I know where I am.
Let's see. I think I'm still on 11. Did we have 12 come around? Or no, that we only had 11. Okay.
We only had 11.
Bring Brian 12.
What's that?
11 beers.
The 4th segment. Okay. Once everybody tastes, once everybody has their notes, I'm going to get Nathan's list so I can find out what we got here. And we'll discuss that as we go into the last
If you
segment.
need any retastes, you can also ask
Yeah.
for a retaste on anything.
Here we go, Wasselin.
You know what?
Indeed. Wasselin.
Do you have Nathan? Do you have any more 7?
So what was
I wouldn't mind trying a little bit more 7
So-
singing
and a
and
little
then
bit.
drinking?
Singing to the trees to ward off evil spirits.
that's
Yes.
We should
Yes.
do that.
With drinking.
We
Yes.
should do that.
I got a
Singing
lot
to
of
the
trees in my
man.
house.
See, get them evil spirits out of there,
Your
man.
neighborhood would be a great place to do it because you only have 15 neighbors.
13.
See?
Okay.
There you go.
So it's easy to get them all on board to give us alcohol.
Just Wassel. I think it was Jerry Seinfeld did one of his stand-up skits, and it's talking about the bring us a figgy pudding thing. And he's like, what kind of demand is that? Do you just go to someone's house and like bring us a figgy pudding? We won't go until we get some. It's like, is everybody just keeping figgy pudding around
7?
like this?
Okay, cool.
Not I.
That's right. Well, I think at that point in time, the assumption was people had made figgy pudding for the holidays. So
And
now-
these guys were drunk and angry, knocking on doors,
True.
asking for pudding.
give us some pudding.
We're
singing
not gonna
carols.
leave until we get it.
Give us a little bit of
A
pud.
little bit of pud.
We insist on a little bit of pud.
We have eaten the meal, but we still got room for a
For a
little bit of pud.
There needs to be a Christmas follow-up to
Yes,
that, doesn't
right.
there? Yeah.
If
Or a
don't give
wassailing
us the-
follow-up.
If you don't give us the pud, we're gonna bring you a.
That's it. Yes. we're gonna get you guys. We're gonna go yell at the trees.
Man, 7's good,
It is,
dude.
It
7.
is.
Okay.
I've got my top 3.
You good, Brian? Have your decisions been
Hands
made?
It's been tough, but
Sir Nathan, may I have your list?
Look at him.
He's organized.
Is this done? Is this
Fuck the
thank you?
millennial.
And these are in order. These are in order here that you have them.
They're in order. That list is okay. Cool. Man.
I've got my order, but then my reasoning doesn't follow my scoring.
So I'm going to say this. I guessed number 1, then I second guessed myself and guessed wrong. Yeah.
Classic.
The nice thing is we're just doing it by how you enjoy it. So that's the
it,
only
man.
scale.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're not doing any like formal. Yeah.
No, but there were some really good beers here.
To think about a Christmas beer, number one, it's not a Christmas beer.
Oh.
To me, it's not a Christmas beer.
Yeah.
I don't get any of the
Yeah.
spices. I don't get any heat. It's just, to me, it's a very nice Mars. It's really good, but it's not a Christmas beer.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
if you think about it, like the Christmas Eve, it's warm, there's a fireplace, that sort of thing. I'm unlikely to be drinking like number 8, which I'm fairly certain I know what that is. Very hoppy
Right, yeah,
and light.
no.
I like it, and I will be drinking it. I would be drinking it right up until that point. But when the fireplace comes out in the pipe and the cookies and all that sort of thing, and whatever else, the soft lighting, that sort of thing. Yeah. I'm going with something else. I'm probably going with that number 7. I think. Oh man, this is tough. This is always a tough call. Honestly, I always second guess every single
10 is
decision I
my
made.
first.
10 is your first. Okay.
10 is my
10 is your first.
Mhm.
10 is my
Okay.
And 11 I really, really, really like, but it's not, to me, it's not a Christmas beer. It's a coffee beer. It's a coffee stout.
10 got eliminated in my elimination round.
Okay.
It was a contender, but it got eliminated in the. And guys, I'm surprised at number 11. I think you will be as well. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh man. It was so tough.
By
So
number in order. Oh, hold on. Let me flip a sheet here. So I make sure to keep up all with this.
That's not a euphemism, right?
Let me flip a sheet, man. Let me flip a sheet.
It is if you wanted to be.
I was gonna say.
In order, your number 1, 2, and 3.
My number 1 is
Uh-huh.
10.
Okay.
My number 2 is 7.
All right.
And my number 3 is 11.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay.
Ron, in order, 1, 2, 3.
10 is 1,
Okay.
1 is 2,
All right.
and 7 is 3.
Okay. Hewitt. Okay.
Ooh, 3 makes an
Nate, do you have did you do your list there? Tell us, no Mike, Nate.
10, 5, 1.
Okay.
So we agree on 10
All
being
right.
a great one. Yeah.
I like 5 a lot. I gave it a high score.
Nate,
Just missed my
did you
top.
mark your favorites as we were going through this?
Favorites? I noted them mentally.
Mentally, what were your favorites? Oh, you
It's-
probably know them by name.
Yeah,
I
you-
don't know.
No, but
All right,
I tasted them as I went.
Okay.
So 7, 10, and 11.
Okay.
7, 10, and 11. Nice
See?
call. Nice call.
I'll say we're showing some
Different order,
all
but
right.
same top 3 as I
But
had.
that's the thing. The nice thing about this is we may not have any idea what the beer really is, so we may be really off base, but we have a lot of agreement on a
All
lot of
right,
these
so
beers,
let's
so.
see.
Yeah, I mean,
It's really good.
I was gonna say there are certain beers that I
11's
going to be
great.
buying.
10 and 11 are both awesome.
Yes,
And 11 might be my 4th spot, but
I got it.
I just keep going back to juicy fruit on number 10. It just brings me back to my childhood, putting a stick of juicy fruit in my mouth.
So the way I'm scoring this, guys, number 1 is 3 points, number 2 is 2, number 3 is 1.
Okay.
And
the
that's
weighted,
just so-
the weighted score.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I,
Makes sense.
Of course, I didn't hate number 8 like Tim, or
Who?
was it 8 that Tim hated?
No, 8 is celebration.
No, 8's good. Yeah,
Yeah,
8's
eight's
celebration.
celebration.
So it's 9 for me.
9
yeah.
was Tim.
Yeah.
What was your? I don't know if we're gonna do this, but what was your least favorite?
4.
Yeah, let me
Yeah.
think here.
It was either 4 or 2 for me.
It's really tough. It's actually tough to say. I think
I mean, that's the beauty of doing this blind.
9 9 was lower for me, but it grew on me, so I can't even say 9 would be my least favorite. Oh boy, this is tough. The least favorite on here. I wasn't really thinking that
There were
through.
no bad beers except
I don't think it,
Tim had one, but
Yeah.
so one year we had one that was clearly off, and I don't know if it was skunked. It may have been a beer that had been in cobalt blue glass, and that could be part of the reason because it tasted like it. But this year we've been blessed with no bad beers. I think all of these, aside from what Tim thinks, all these have been solid beers. I think.
Yeah.
Very difficult to pick.
11's growing on me even more though. I
There-
might
there-
have to replace 7 with 11.
there's the thing is, there's several beers on here I'm going to go out and buy.
Yeah.
You know,
Just need to find out what they are.
right.
All right, guys. We had a
What is
clear-
my shopping list?
Yeah.
We had a clear number 1 and number 2. We had a tie for 3rd.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. All right.
Yeah. Let's see.
Exciting. Exciting.
I mean, these were some
Mhm.
good beers. Because I have some that didn't make my top 3 or 4 that are still. Really,
You guys are correct. It was tough work. I'm glad we had you out for this.
Yes.
Yeah. I enjoyed this. I think we need to come for your Memorial Day tasting.
Right?
Yeah. What? Yeah, I was gonna say, is it April Fool's Day? Do we have a drink? What's the midpoint of the year?
Can you do St. Patrick's Day? Is that too soon?
I mean, maybe not.
I was gonna say that's a good drinking holiday.
It is.
All
That's
right.
right. It's St. Patty's. Oh, I was gonna say Irish beers, but
How many are there? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what we'd have to. Oh, dry
I-
Irish stouts. We
I
could
was
do
gonna
a
say
dry Irish
Irish
stout
stout.
show.
Or you could just talk about party beers. I mean, you know, it's a
Party
celebration.
beers.
Irish drinking beers, man.
Drinking beers. I mean, it could be you know, it could even be a big beer.
That's true. That's
Big
true. We
boys,
could,
big beers.
yeah, we could.
But I mean,
All right, guys, let's knock out segment 4 because I need to go to the bathroom, but I'm going to try and push through.
Okay, push through.
I'm going to
Push
go
Tim.
through. We
you're
can do
my
this.
freaking hero, Tim.
We can do this, man.
I couldn't push through. But do you know I actually picked up that Pliny out in California.
I did. I was seeing your
truck
trip
chased.
there.
I
Yes.
truck chased for it.
I
We-
I walk-
appreciate you doing
I
that.
walked in and the guy goes, I said, he had some on the floor. And I said, do you have any more? He said, how much you want? I said, a case. He said, of each.
He's like, I got you.
He's
I
like,
got
okay,
you.
yeah, go back. And the Pliny, I think it was brewed November 4th or 5th or something like that.
Oh, we need to drink it right away. It's
Yeah.
oh my god, it's
It-
nearly over.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Dude, he's welcome to come down here and just
You want to sit at the table?
but
You trying to just stay out of the way right now? All right, all right.
but yeah, my daughter and I made it from the Grand Canyon back to Marietta in one day.
That's
Wow.
quite a drive, man.
Oh my god, I've
What?
done.
That's quite a drive.
25 hours straight
Ooh.
with a dog in the car.
Okay,
Oh,
cool.
gosh.
Radio time now.
All right, fine.
Thanks, Mom.
I know. Right? Gosh, he was fun until now.
You used to be the cool kid,
I
Tim.
know.
Follow the Beer Guys on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Next Friday is Hawaiian Shirt Day. So, you know, if you want to, go ahead and wear a Hawaiian shirt and jeans.
Now, back to the Beer Guys radio show.
Welcome back to the Beer Guys Radio Show. If you enjoy the show, please consider supporting us on Patreon. Just go to patreon.com/Beer Guys. Patrons get cool perks like Beer Guys swag and commercial-free episodes. Now let's get back to and let's wrap up the Christmas beer show.
This is it. We've made it, guys. We have tried 11 Christmas beers,
We have
holiday beers, winter warmers, winter ales, whatever they may be
lagers
called.
and IPAs even.
Yeah. And we had a little palate cleanser in there. In the middle was a little rainy day brewing Hanukkah.
Hanukkah. Yeah, Hanukkah.
So
nice.
again, this is an interfaith service.
It is.
We're celebrating Christmas beers can be enjoyed by anyone.
Amen.
It's the holidays. We use Christmas beers in order to maximize search results and make more people listen to the show.
And
So-
There we go. That's
That works
exactly.
out.
we can throw a little Zen in there.
We can, man.
We can,
throw
yeah.
we can throw whatever we want to in there. It's our show, man. We can do it. We can mix it up there. But we have tasted through all the beers. We are going to discuss and reveal now what we've got. Ron, I'm going to start with you, sir.
Okay.
So we tasted 11 beers. Were you able to get you a clear 1, 2? You know what? Before I ask your tops, are there any that you want to venture a guess and you would like to know what they are?
Well, on number 7, my guess was the Delirium.
Number 7, Delirium. You are incorrect.
I am incorrect.
You are
Okay.
incorrect.
Oh, well.
Ooh.
Yep. You know what?
I do
I'm
have
gonna-
a guess on that one.
Ooh.
Brian, throw your guess out there. What do you got?
I was actually going to guess St. Bernardus Christmas.
You're correct. It was San Bernardus.
Okay.
There you go.
It was,
1
it
point
was
for
one of
Brian.
those two.
I knew that I
1
loved
point
it so
for
much,
Brian.
and historically, the Delirium Noel,
Yeah.
while I've liked it, have not liked it as much as that one, and that was my
Okay.
favorite. Just spoiler.
Any other guesses? And then I tell you what, I'll just go down the list here. So anybody else want to venture their guess there?
Before we got on the air, I think we all agreed on was it number 8?
I think
Number
we
8,
did.
Celebration. Sure.
Celebration. That was celebration.
It's a celebration.
It is a celebration. Yeah. Yeah.
I want to throw one out there. It was 11 Jubilee. I'm just throwing that out there. Because I don't
It
know.
was not.
It was not.
It was not.
I was
No.
not sure what to think, and Jubilee was one of the first winter warmer style beers
Yeah.
I ever had back in Portland, way
Yeah.
back in the day, and I haven't had it in years, so I had no idea what it tasted like.
I
anymore.
will reveal that Jubilee was number 9.
Was it number 9?
It
Oh
was.
no!
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
is the seaweed beer?
That was the one that I
Oh,
did
that
not
carried
like.
the stigma with it.
It
Oh,
did,
I
man.
would
It
really,
did. But
really hope that wasn't be the case.
I'll just run down the list here, y'all. The first beer we tasted. Any guesses? Number 1. Throw it out there. 3, 2, 1.
I would say it was Highland Cold Mountain.
It was Highland Cold Mountain.
And I liked
it
it,
was.
but-
So I had originally thought it was Cold Mountain and changed my guess to Sam Adams to their winter ale because I thought it was lagery. It was very light, drinkable in there, but that was Cold Mountain. So very enjoyable, tasty beer. Number 2 was Sweetwater Festive Ale.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah.
Did not expect that, but
Yeah.
I understand.
Number 3, Delirium. Brian.
There we
Number
go.
3 was your
Wow.
Delirium that you were looking for. Number 4 was the Sam Adams. And you know what? I
I
have
did
a lot
get
of
that
notes. On, Ron, I think that's the one you and I were talking about. It just didn't have anything that really stood. It was it's
Yeah,
like,
it
hey,
was-
it's just tasty, drinkable, but just there.
Winter Light.
Yeah, winter
Winter
light. Yeah.
So my thoughts on that one, and I predicted actually, I wrote that in my notes that I thought that was the winter lager. I said there was a touch of corn to the flavor, and it was like malty but syrupy, little dark, like a veneer of sweetness. And I'm like, that little bit of corn, that revealed it to me. I
Okay.
was 100%
Fair
sure
enough,
it was
Brian.
the lager at that point.
There
Yeah.
you go. There you go. Number 6, nice Schoof. Nice
Oh,
Schoof there.
okay.
Bringing the
All right.
Belgian with the gummy notes there. So did I skip number 5? Number 5 was Samuel Smith.
Oh, okay.
Winter
All
Welcome,
right,
I
all
think.
right.
Number 5, Samuel Smith, Winter Welcome there. Number 7, San Bernardus there.
Yes.
With that. 8, as we've mentioned, Celebration. 9, the Jubilee. Number 10 was Southern Tier 2 Xmas.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And that only leaves one beer that number 11 could have been. And that is Anchor Christmas.
How about that?
Yeah.
All right.
Gentlemen, Ron, I'll go back to you, man. What were your winners here?
Well, my thought, starting at top, I would say the number 10, which was what the Southern Tier was my
That was
favorite.
the 2 Xmas. Yep. Okay.
My second favorite was the Highland, and third was the number 7,
Okay.
which was
All right.
St. Bernardus. No,
Yeah.
Okay. I won't spoil too much here, but I'll say all your favorites placed in our cumulative rankings.
all right.
So there we go. Michael, how about you, man? Where were your winners there?
Number 1, I had the Southern Tier.
Okay.
Number 2, I had the St. Bernardus.
Bernardus.
You've been
Bernardus.
drinking, sir? Have you
I
been
had a
drinking?
couple.
Yeah.
I had a couple. And number 3, I had the Anchor Christmas. And if I can just interject,
Sure.
I would note that 2 of my top 3, I mean, well, all of my top 3 are old school classic breweries. You know, they're all, I mean, you don't think of Southern Tier and Anchor when you're thinking of your current craft beer scene, but they're still putting out great beers.
The
obviously.
OGs, man.
Yeah.
They're the OGs there.
Yeah, that Anchor Christmas has been, I think it's the 47th year of the Anchor Christmas, and it's again, they did a rebranding on that. I'm just interjecting this, where a lot of like the whole packaging and every imaging all went to cans, but for Anchor Christmas, they retained the traditional packaging and the traditional artwork, and it's I believe it's a Joshua tree on the bottle this year.
New art every year, right?
Every
Same
single year,
artist?
same artist. I think it's
Very
a Bay
cool.
Area artist, and he's up there in years. And every year I'm like, is he still around? Is he
Well,
still doing
because
it?
it's, did you say the 47th?
47th year? And
Yeah,
he's
the
done
same
it.
artist every year, man. That's a long time.
He's been doing it, maybe not the entire time, but it's a good 40 years at least the guy's been doing it. So he's up there in years. But yeah, man, I'm glad they kept that tradition, even though they did the rebranding.
How about that?
Yeah.
Crazy. Brian, how about you, man? What were your winners?
So I kind of predictably went all Belgian. So
Okay.
number 7, I predicted was St. Bernard's Christmas. That was my number 1. Number 3, which I think you said was the Delirium Noel, was my number 2. And number 10, I forget what number 10 was.
2 Xmas.
2 Xmas.
So you weren't all Belgian.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
you had a
for my
curveball
top
there.
2, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, did we have a third Belgian here in the list? I don't think we did.
Let's see. Saint Bernardus, Nice Schoof,
Oh,
Delirium.
Nice Schoof. Yeah.
Yeah, so we had it there.
Okay. So but my top 2 were Belgian. So
okay.
They kind of have the corner of the market for me when it comes to Christmas beers.
They got it there. Well, Brian, my favorites, my number 1 was number 11, the Anchor Christmas.
The Anchor.
That was a late comer to it, but it really took it for me. Big coffee, big chocolate, dark fruits, plum, fig, chocolatey, roasty. Surprised me that it was Anchor Christmas. I've always enjoyed that beer.
Yeah.
But it really was a banger this year. It really hit it.
And they maintained the 7% alcohol, which is the highest ABV they've ever produced for it. And it was also very dark this year, like it was last year. And man, that was my number 4 spot. That Anchor Christmas.
Yeah.
If I had a 4th spot, that would have been it.
Well, my number 4 was going to be the 2 Xmas. It got eliminated in my final round, but that would have been my number 4.
Okay.
That would have been my number 4. My number 2 was Cold Mountain, man. Highland Cold Mountain. Always look forward to that one. Just really enjoy it. Good beer, man. We love it. Good
quality,
brewery, good beer. So had a good time with that. And my number 3 was a St. Bernardus. That's the one that took it for me. So good list. Now, guys, do you want to hear what our cumulative is? And I will say, although the Nates do not have mics, they did vote. They gave us our favorites.
Yes.
They are included in our cumulative winners here. So altogether, if you add us all together, the number 1 beer was 2 Xmas, number 10.
Crazy. Southern Tier.
Our very top Christmas beer is Southern Tier 2 Xmas. Cumulatively,
yes.
Our number 2 was St. Bernardus. So as a group, we would have put St. Bernardus. And tied for our number 3, we have the Anchor Merry Christmas and Highland Cold Mountain.
Both really good beers.
According to numbers. So that's it, man. That's what we've got. That is our Christmas beers. That's what we've got going there. The holidays, Brian, it doesn't seem like it. Guys, does it seem like it's Hanukkah, Christmas, end of the year
Not
to
at
you?
all.
No.
Today was shorts and a t-shirt.
Gosh.
I mean,
We're going to be locked up another year, though. What are we going on? 7 years that we've been in quarantine?
Very possibly.
Or at least the suggestions of quarantine there.
Our
the recommendations.
Our quarantine years like dog years.
They are.
Yeah.
They feel
Yeah.
like it. I kind of feel like 7 years have gone by.
45, whatever. So
yeah, it's man, crazy. All of these, that Southern Tier, I'm surprised by that. I'm gonna have to go out and get some more of it. And
I would
Anchor,
agree. But you know what?
really like that too. Yeah.
You were saying earlier, Michael, that Southern Tier is not one that the new wave beer geeks talk about, that they say. But I've always enjoyed their stuff, man. Especially if you like the desserty.
Oh, absolutely.
I think when they were on one of the OGs of the pastry stout game.
Yeah, the creme brulee stout.
Yeah, back in the day.
Oh, yeah. They had a mocha one that was
Yeah.
phenomenal. They had a bunch of stuff. I'm trying to think of what they all were. And I've got a friend on the West Coast who always used to say, hey, if you find me some Southern Tier stouts, hang on to them for me and ship them over to me because I can't get that kind of stuff.
I don't show
here.
them enough
Yeah.
love. I got to revisit. I'm always chasing the new, and I got to remember the Southern Tiers that are out there.
The OGs of that pastry scene.
The Southern Tiers, man, the
That's
North
right.
Coast beers.
Got to get those.
Got to do it. So, guys, is there anything that we didn't have on our list here that you're looking forward to picking up this holiday season?
Not that I can think of. I mean, I don't know if there's any sour Christmas beers, but
Get you a
I'm a
make
big
that-
sour, so
Make that Glue Creek, man.
yeah.
Make
So
that Glue
there's the
Creek.
Glue Creek, and there's a number of different Berliners and Gozes and various sour fruity
Yeah.
beers these days, where you'll see like cranberries and
We could
things
count
like that.
Enchantress in there.
Enchantress, yeah,
Three
from Three
Taverns
Taverns.
Enchantress.
I mean, I
There's
love a
cranberry
dark
sauce.
sour, so a dark sour with some
Ah,
spice to it.
okay.
That I could.
That
do
actually sounds good. You
Yeah.
find that, let me know, because I want
Yeah.
some of that action as well.
Get you
Yeah.
a dark saison with some of the really spices and darker fruits to it. We tried brewing one once upon a time, and it was pretty good.
It's good stuff. Guys,
Yeah.
thank you so much for joining us. Rainy Day Brewing, Nathan, thanks for your assistance on making all of this happen. A good time, another successful Christmas beer show. So go out there, have a happy holidays, drink your Christmas beers. Let us know if there's something that we missed that we need to know about. That about wraps it up for this show. Join us next week as we talk to Harpoon Brewing. For more craft beer info, follow us online. We are Beer Guys Radio on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Have a great week, and don't forget to drink local. Cheers. We did it.
We did it.
Like we made it.
I'm gonna get some of this
curious.
Chex Mix right here.
I'll admit, I am not a big commercial beer drinker.
Okay.
I mean,
You know
since
what?
we've been
Give me
brewing-
just 1 second. Let me
Yeah.
wrap up here.
Yep.
Facebook, YouTube, thank you so much for joining us. We have had a long show here, so we're not going to hold you around. Stephen Pete, thanks for hanging in with us, man.
Yeah.
You know, it is time for the after party. We may need to crack into those Kettle Rock beers
We should.
and
Yes.
see what's up there. But we hope you all
Absolutely.
have a great week. We'll see you again before Christmas, but we hope you have happy holidays. And we'll see you soon, y'all. Cheers.